cancel culture is about canceling.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
Systematic bullying that's happening.
And they believe that they invent
Cocaína.
But it's the wax that the Terminator X spun. Now they got me in a cell cause my records ain't sell. Cause a brother like me said, well,
it's more like this, immaculate conception. Not transform like this, perform like this, which yells you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your head. This that puts against the bed. This that I got realness, I just push, cause it's in my DNA. I got millions, I got riches building in my DNA. I got gunk, I got evil that rot inside my DNA. I got off, I got trouble, some heart inside my DNA.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stopped Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stopped Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
We'll see who cancels who. They want you to.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
How's it going, everybody?
What were all of you talking about behind the scenes? What was?
Don't tell them.
What was interesting?
Can't tell
You'll
them.
never
We were talking
know.
shit about you, Lance.
I know. Oh, I had it on mute.
We were gossiping. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were gossiping about how you look like Brendan Fraser.
Fuck.
Yeah. And Jimmy Fallon.
Ah,
kidding.
Oh my god.
No, I would never.
How
I would never
offensive.
do that to you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So how's everybody's butts feeling? We all got
What?
fucked this week by Donald Trump. So how are you feeling? Still sore?
I am
Gets that
very.
pumping
We were
though?
talking about this. We were talking about this briefly before we started, but I'm very bitter that Trump, which Canada did not vote for, has now caused the switch to pre-order delay. Very annoying. I know this is like the lowest on the list of things that are important, but like the fact that no one here voted for him, and now we are potentially impacted, potentially paying more. We don't know yet for the actual console because of Trump's garbage, is very annoying to say the least.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's sad because Americans, we deserve it. We reap what we sow. Canadians are innocent bystanders, and you all have gotten so fucked for a country that has to be the worst neighbor ever. I mean, there's no neighbors that can ever compare to us. We are the worst of the worst, and I'm just on behalf of all Americans, I am so sorry.
We did kind of sign up to be a resource extracting vassal state to be protected by your military. I gotta, that we'd have to disconnect a lot more from the U.S. before we can truly, claim,
Well,
thanks to Trump, that's happening now.
I mean, yeah. The issue was we're too reliant on the U.S. for too long. So
yeah,
this was bound to happen if some madman came along.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you have a bunch of countries that will de-dollarize now. You have Canada, who's making friends elsewhere. We're going to be isolated because who is going to want to form any sort of agreement with us that's long-lasting? Because, I mean, think about just the JCPOA, for example. Obama negotiates this Iran nuclear deal. Trump gets in, tears it up. Now, Trump is pressuring them to accept a deal that he originally tore up. I'm assuming something that would stop them from getting nuclear weapons or enriching to a certain point. Paris Climate Agreement. Obama signs it, Trump gets out. Biden gets back in, Trump gets back. We're playing the hokey pokey internationally, and it's embarrassing. Nobody is going to want to fucking do anything with us. China's going to be the new global hegemon because of what we're doing. I'm not mad about that though.
I love that part of this entire story because I was watching the very reliable news source Fox News, and the Trump administration officials were defending the decision to increase tariffs to 125, or is it higher now? Is it 130? Or I think
can't
it's
remember. Is it? Yeah,
Around there.
125, 140. It's a lot.
But
It's a lot.
They were selling it as a big winning moment. It was a big old like, well, I mean, they're way more dependent on us because we buy all of their stuff. And I was like, do you realize what you're saying out loud right now? Did you understand how this works? Yes, that's the problem on your side, is that you buy all of their things, and now everything's 125% more expensive. But sure, good luck. Enjoy. The world's largest exporter is now your primary economic enemy. So.
Yeah, they don't get it. They don't get it. It's just they'll defend everything that he does. You know, the tariffs are good. Now he withdrew the tariffs or paused them. Now it's a masterful gambit. This is art of the deal. He could spread his ass cheeks and shit on the stage, and they would call it the most brilliant move ever. Because there's nothing that he can do to get them to turn on him, because it's obviously a cult. We all know this. I just like to walk through this week. I'm still reeling from what happened. So like Trump announced in advance that April 2nd was Liberation Day, right? That was the day the tariffs were going to go into effect. So you know when to dump your stocks. And then he institutes the tariffs, the stock market crashes, expectedly so. Then all of a sudden he tweets out, now's the time to buy. And then lo and behold, the stock market rebounds temporarily when the tariffs are withdrawn or paused for 90 days. And all of these fucking people get rich. He had, I think it was Charles Schwab in the Oval Office talking about how, yeah, he made 2.5 billion, he made 900 million, just like gloating about doing a pump and dump on Americans. Like, people lost their fucking 401ks, and these rich people got, what was it, like collectively more than 300 billion in value in such a quick time because of this unpause and the way that the
4,000 workers have lost their jobs at factories that closed down already.
But they're okay.
Don't have anything now, no jobs, no health insurance, no nothing. But
I could play that Trump clip.
Yeah, this is the one.
This is Charles Schwab. It's not just a company, it's actually an individual. And he made $2.5 billion today, and he made 900 million. That's not bad. He's in financials. I've always been.
Like, I know this is just a broken record, but like, imagine anyone else saying this. Like, it's just
right.
The shit this man gets away with constantly is absolutely incredible. And the only explanation for any of it is cult. That's it. These people's brains are fucking just right up his ass, and they can't see for themselves. That's it.
Yeah. And I don't know if you all saw this clip, but if you were curious as to why Trump was seemingly trying to crash the stock market on purpose, he explained back in 2012. I can't share this. Let me drop the link, because for whatever reason it's not letting me share it. So maybe you can share
try
it.
doing it. Oh, that didn't. Oh, took away Bender.
I went
to add your video and then you closed it.
It's like Elon Musk playing Path of Exile.
Yeah. But Trump admitted that he likes the market to not do good.
Well, yeah, just to be completely clear, if you had the ability to say have any insider knowledge as to what Trump was going to do, even a day before he does it, and then adjust your portfolio accordingly, of course, you have the opportunity to make billions of dollars when he does the thing he says he's going to do in private the next day. So it's
Right.
very, very clear that this is like just blatant market manipulation, and it's being done to the benefit of a very few billionaires who get to make a lot of money in the process.
Find that I do better in bad markets. I buy things in bad markets. And you can't do that in a great economy. You can't buy it. Either you're going to buy it very expensively or not be able to buy it at all. So there's a lot of opportunity I find in the bad times. Find that I do better in bad markets.
That also goes towards, like, did you see, like, a lot of people, I think Glenn Greenwald was one of the big ones, but a lot of other, so-called clown shoes leftists being like, shouldn't you be happy? Isn't this exactly what the left wanted? I mean, at the end of the day, he's crashing the stock market. And then it's like, yeah, to the bet, like, the 2008 financial crisis, thousands of people lose their homes, thousands of people lose their livelihoods. And who do you think can afford to buy up now these foreclosed subprime mortgage fucking $60,000 homes in Arizona? Rich people. Guess what? You can buy 10 houses at once now. Like every time there's a massive economic decline or collapse, rich people can then clean up and inhale all the scraps and become infinitely more richer. And fucking this is what takes place. This is not in any way a good thing.
Yeah, we don't get the benefits or reap any rewards from the stock market increasing. I mean, your 401ks go up a little bit if you have one, but if the stock market crashes, then we get fucked. Like, it's completely rigged. So we almost have to be vested in the health of the stock market to help poor people, keep their fucking retirements. It's sickening. It's honestly a really fucked up system.
Good thing you have Social Security. That's totally safe, and it's a program that won't be directly.
It's going to be okay. Yeah,
that's good.
They're never going to touch that. So we were talking about Trump
Free Luigi.
Cold. Let's see.
Is that Bill Burr?
So I want to talk about this because
oh my god, this story. Oh my god, I'm already going crazy. Just go ahead.
I did a video about this guy. So this guy is make sure you all can see that. Yeah, this guy's a Trump voter, and this is his wife. They're newlyweds. He voted for Trump, and on the way back from their honeymoon, she got detained at the airport because she is not a citizen. She came here, I believe, on a visa, and it expired. And then days after his story broke, he did a follow-up, and he's like, no, I don't regret voting for Donald Trump. And like in the original story, he was like, well, I just didn't think that my wife would be one of them. I thought he was going after criminals. But now we're hearing from the wife, and she's been in an ICE detention center for 8 weeks. And what she says, it's pretty interesting. We'll put it that way. So I'm going to just read this. This is from Bilal Rahman. A Republican voter's wife who was detained by federal immigration authorities has told Newsweek in an exclusive interview that she still believes in President Donald Trump's immigration policies even after spending 8 weeks in detention. That paragraph is fucking mind-blowing to me. Holy shit. Camila Munoz is a Peruvian citizen who was detained after her visa expired while she was applying for permanent residency, and her husband said he supported Trump's deportation policy despite her arrest. The dumb fuckery is going to make my head explode. Backing the president's tough approach to immigration enforcement, Munoz said after her release, she was released. Okay, that's good. I trust in the process that he's doing this to make the country a safer place, safe for me and for the immigrants. Lord Jesus. I can't. Munoz also told Newsweek about the harrowing experiences she encountered, including meeting mothers separated from their separated from their children in detention, witnessing the poor conditions within the facility, and the overwhelming relief she felt when reunited with her husband. My God! Despite the hardship, she expressed
these people.
Trust in the process.
I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna say these people are stupid. There's no other way. How do you go through that? Admit what you saw was horrible. People pulled away from their families. You say yourself you feel bad for them. They've spent months in this detention center, and then you come out and you say that you trust in that process after you just criticized it. Like, you're just stupid. I don't know what else to say.
It's more than stupid. It's cult. Like it's a mindset where you can't escape your love of Trump.
But no, because you know what? Just come out and say, I like what I saw. That's why I trust Trump. I'm fine that it happened to me. That's why I like Trump. At least that makes logical sense. At least there's a theme there that you don't mind this stuff at all. Even
She's
if it does
martyring herself for the cause, basically.
But this person is literally saying, what I saw was abhorrent. I trust in it. It makes no sense. You're just stupid then. You're just an idiot. It's that simple.
I think there's a bigger issue with lead in the water than we realize. I feel like that there has to be a scientific explanation to some of that.
What generation lead? They're Trump's
microplastics,
according to that latest
at least the people who support this shit outright it makes sense. They have no empathy. They're horrible people. They don't care that it happens. They'll even take it themselves as long as it happens to others. They don't mind whatsoever. They like what they see. It's abhorrent. I disagree with it, but there's a through line there. It makes logical sense. To go in and say it's disgusting what's happening to these poor people, I like it. It makes no sense.
Now, she has the potential to be the most profitable right-wing grifter ever, because she could be like, look, I spent 8 weeks in an ICE detention facility. I believe Trump is making America great again. The Fox News interviews, the book deals she would get. The Daily Wire would probably give her own show. She'd be on a path to citizenship once she gets to meet Trump. I mean, her life is set. So if this could be like the biggest grift ever, or she could just be straight up dumb. I'm leaning towards the latter. But I mean, like, if she plays her cards right, this could be very lucrative for her. But
she could even be a star in Jeremy Boring's next blockbuster film. It would be a
not anymore. Not now.
It could be a huge thing for her.
Nope. That's not happening anymore.
There's no way to rehabilitate these kinds of people. They're just too far gone. And
I wonder
that people are finally
right?
realizing so many Americans are too far gone.
I wonder what her reaction would be and what her husband's reaction would be if she actually got deported. Like, would we get an interview with them and she'd be like, I can't believe I got deported. I didn't do anything wrong. Clearly the system is broken, but I support it. Like, what is she gonna say if she actually got deported? Like, it makes zero sense.
I really wouldn't miss my husband, but I believe in Trump's plan, so I'm gonna trust the plan.
I just
okay.
If I recall correctly, her husband was the guy who said that he didn't believe that Trump was responsible for this, that ICE was just doing their own thing and Trump had no idea. That was the guy, right? I think
he
that
said
was
something
him.
to that effect. Yeah.
I actually think hers is even worse because she's actually saying he's responsible for everything she saw and that it was horrible, but it's the right thing that he's doing.
I'm so mad that I felt bad for her. Because when I read the original article, they didn't really give you an indication of her political views. There was just like a little blurb about how, they're both thinking hard about his vote for Donald Trump. And my thought was she was like, okay, I can fix him. I can educate. No, she's a Kool-Aid drinker herself. Deport me, daddy. It's fine. Step on me.
Listen, I absolutely have empathy for the people who are affected by Trump's policies. I absolutely will be understanding of people who voted for Trump. And through it all, no matter what happened to other people, they were completely aware, they knew what he was capable of, but then it happened to them and now they regret what happened and they know it was wrong. I am understanding of those people and I'm happy to welcome them into the fold or to sit down and discuss with them. People like this, there's no working with. There's no dealing with. They're just too far gone.
Listen, you all call me cynical, not you guys in particular, but everyone in general, chat, comments on YouTube, call me cynical, but you would have the same exact opinion that I have on Americans if you had a 5-minute conversation with my uncle.
But this woman is even American. This woman is even American. She's Peruvian.
But she's in America, so the brain rot.
Which hurts
drinking
me,
our water affects her.
I'm telling you, it's the drinking water.
My kids are Peruvian, so it hurts me that this is what's out there representing Peru, the great country of Peru.
I've been to Peru. Peru is wonderful. Great country.
Peru is great.
Yeah, Peru is beautiful.
Half my family's Peruvian.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I'm not though. Just to distance myself from people like that.
I was about to say I could see it. I'm glad I didn't say that.
But wouldn't that be more of a justification as to why she's doing it? Because her actual visa and ability to not be in an ISIS concentration camp depends on her publicly making public statements matter now, right? Like apparently, if you have,
no one's looking. She just not say anything. I mean, I'm just not say anything.
If she's actually trying to,
if I spent 50 days locked up like that, maybe I would keep quiet, just a safety precaution to not draw any more attention to it. But in no way, shape, or form would I be able to fucking glaze fucking the guy who's responsible for putting me in that position for 50 days. It's nice that this family, this couple, has the financial situation for one half of the family to just fucking disappear for 50 days and it's no sweat off their ass. It's no big deal. I mean, you fucking put any working family, half of that family, into a fucking prison for 50 days. They're not coming out unscathed, I'll tell you that much.
There is a potential. Maybe she is scared and is just lying. It's like, oh yeah, but I still support him. He's great, whatever. Like she just doesn't like. I would say don't do the interview at all. But maybe I don't know. She was ambushed and felt like she had to answer the question and didn't want to criticize
Like,
Trump because she's afraid of being sent back.
Trump's not going to do anything for her. Like, do they have $1 million to sit down at one of those dinners? Because maybe he'll talk to her then. If not, he doesn't give a shit. He gets conservatives fucking jerking him off online 24/7 for free.
No, but like she's out now, so she doesn't want like a target on her back by saying anything negative. Again, I'm not saying that Trump would even know who this person is, but in her mind, she doesn't want any attention at all. For saying anything negative about him. So
I would just not say anything. No comment,
Yeah,
no story. No story at all. Yeah. Don't even write about me. Don't put me out there in the news. I want them to forget
think that
about
that's
me.
a possibility, but still very unlikely. I think that we sometimes project like common sense onto people that probably don't have it. And I've learned over the years to just expect the dumbest possible conclusion to be the true one. Probably she just is straight up like a Kool-Aid drinker, but it would make sense if she's trying to fluff Trump's ego to be able to not get fucked with. I would understand that just from a self-preservation standpoint. I get it. But I mean, she's going to need to update us in a couple of years when this is all over to be like, yeah, I was just fucking with him. But the fact that her husband is a Trump supporter as well, really, yeah, it doesn't seem likely. I would love to think that she's playing 4D chess, but she's probably just a dumbass.
I think giving a Trump supporter the 4D chess strategy card when we can't even give that to Trump himself. I mean, I think we know. Listen, if it comes down that this is some strategy for her to stay in the country, I apologize for what I said. I get it. But I guess I know Trump as so much so
need to apologize.
That I don't think that's the case. I just think there are people who are so far gone that he can do anything to them and they will be fine with it. They will support it. They will find some way to talk around it. We saw it more so than we've seen in some time just this past week with the people fucking claiming that this was some fucking Trump's tariffs were some masterful strategy where he put them in, tanked the stock market, destroyed trust in the U.S., and then proceeded to get nothing out of it. No signed deals, nothing in writing, no art of the deal whatsoever. And then he rolls it back because he claims he got scared or people were getting scared. And then all of a sudden they're going to claim.
Well, they said 75 countries reached out to them and they wouldn't provide a list. The New York Times said, "Can you provide a list of a single country that has reached out to you asking to make the deal?" And they're like, "We will not provide that information. It's classified."
We all know that the sign of a great deal maker is to pull back before getting anything in writing and the contract is signed. That's the art of the deal right there. Like, give me a break. Give me a break.
Yeah. And then I love how all the conservative pundits suddenly started to become Buddhists, where they're like, "You are not wanting. You don't like things. You don't want possessions. Do not
Benny Johnson. Can we pull that one up? Can we pull the Benny Johnson
Oh, the
one?
Benny
That
Johnson
video
clip.
is
If you have
so
it
good.
ready, send me the link.
Did you all see the tweet from the Quivering? The dude who has a bunch of Magic the Gathering shit. All the Funko Pops. He's like, you don't need the new iPhone. You don't need the new iPad. You want the new iPad. Like, oh, Mr. Materialist himself is telling other people that they shouldn't be so materialist. Shut the fuck up. Like, the audacity of these people.
It's incredible.
This motherfucker.
So this is the comparison.
Copyzilla for this great edit.
Yeah.
Losing money costs you nothing. This is just
Except
the reality of life. You're gonna, like, were you young and dumb? How much money did you lose? Everyone loses money. Everyone loses money. It costs you nothing. In fact, it builds quite a bit of character. In fact, you learn a lot of lessons actually by losing money.
It's bloody Black Monday. Holy moly. The Kamala crash
is here. Kamala needs to get in front of a camera today. People are losing their homes today. People are losing their fortunes today. People are losing their futures today. People are losing their 401ks today. This is shaping up to be one of the worst market days in American history. Losing money costs you nothing.
Nothing.
Listen,
Amazing.
There's nobody that I've ever wanted to fight as bad as him. If there's ever some sort of like a creator clash, but for political commentators, pair me up with him.
You challenge Ben Johnson?
I'll beat the fuck out of him. No gloves though, and we get to bring weapons.
Oh, that accelerated.
Like I want to pop him, man. How do you say that shit with a straight face? Like these people don't believe in anything. They have no real core views. It's just okay, what am I trying to do propaganda for today? Okay, I got the talking points. They're like NPCs.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a closet homosexual who hates gay people for a living. Also, by the way, one of the most expensive places to fuck men would be a gay cruise. Grindr is free, motherfucker. If you are going on gay cruises to suck and fuck dudes, that's a very expensive way to go about it. I'm just going to.
What are we talking about? You remember when? Where'd that come from?
He's one of them bougie queers.
I don't know
what's going on here.
International territory, and nobody will know.
We were talking about tariffs.
Money being ones and zeros on a computer screen, like he was claiming online, and now all of a sudden we're talking about getting fucked on a cruise. What just happened? Anyway, what I was going to say,
Johnson lore, Matt?
Yeah,
no,
do you have the lore?
That one? Oh, wait, are you
man,
talking about the ad he received, the Google ad he received? Is that what you're talking about?
Targeted Google ad for gay cruises, and then he posted a screenshot of his own screen, and people were quick to be like, "That's Google ads. That means that's based on your search results." And then he deleted it instantaneously. Oh my god! No one should know about this thing. I really want to do.
That is the funniest outing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That is a very funny outing. A self outing, an unintentional self outing.
Yeah, I love that so much.
Oh boy, that's a good one. I was gonna say, and I mentioned this in the majority report earlier today. How remember like 4 or 5 years ago when these guys were like, the liberal new world order is trying to take over. They want you to eat the bugs. They want you to have nothing. And now Betty Johnson's out there going, listen, guys, you're going to eat the bugs, all right? And you're going to have nothing and be fine with it, okay?
Are bugs that bad?
Bugs aren't bad. And who needs anything, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Don't be wanting. You don't crave.
Although the good news is that some of these people, they're a victim of their own success, as the Cavernacle put it. He released a new video about how these anti-woke grifters in particular, their views are way down. And for all of us, we're doing a lot better because they won. And once you win, like, what is there left to do? They defeated woke. DEI is over, right? So what are they going to talk about? There's that guy, Geeks and Gamers, who, this is the funniest shit ever. I've never seen much from him, but I just saw the thumbnails. Right. And it was just walked out of Snow White.
That's amazing.
And then we did it, like another video. We did it. Snow White failed. And it's like, okay, you don't have anything else. Like, you're just trying to play the greatest hits, but it's over. Once you win, then what do you do? Because, I mean, they don't have some broader political project. Like, if we were to win, it would be about implementing policies that we want. But their version of winning is just, defeating woke and triggering the libs. Well, you did it. You triggered as many libs and lefties as you possibly can with the second term. So now what? Like, you defeated the woke. So you're going to extract woke from the fucking, from nothing? It's over. You won. Culture has changed temporarily. Yeah, they're being a dead horse, and it's not working for them.
Right. I mean, what was this guy doing going to Snow White?
Why do they care?
You
didn't know that.
White.
Oh yeah.
I gotta pull
and
up
also
the
like
so you can see
from a pure like actual like box office, like if you're in the industry perspective. Sure, the movie didn't do great, but the fact of the matter is, why did the producer, whose son blamed Rachel Ziegler, why did he sign off on Snow White being a nearly $300 million budget movie? And they were over budget. They were over budget. If this was more in line with the other Disney live action films, they would be close to breaking even, at least with the production cost, and they'd probably make a profit when you factor in the marketing budget with video on demand and streaming and all that, and merchandise. The problem wasn't, as much as some people want to blame Gal Gadot, as much as some people want to blame Rachel Ziegler, it's not with the actors at all. The problem was with the producer going way over budget on a film that in no way, shape, or form would have ever made back that movie at the box office.
Matt, you're gonna
made
love
back
this.
that budget at the box office, I should
The
say.
reason this guy that Mike is pulling up right now was mad at it was because Snow White was in fact not white enough. Because Rachel Zegler is of mixed ethnicity, and because of that, she did not have pure Aryan racial purity to portray a character that literally has the word white in her name. All right, they stole the Little Mermaid from us, but now this was the last stand, and they won.
Look how many videos on Snow White this guy had. What kind of?
If there's not a child in a car seat,
I cannot show myself in public if this was me. Like, this is so embarrassing.
You can torture this out of me.
Destroyed Snow White movie.
How much he's pretending to care about this movie is incredible.
How many views is he getting for this shit? Can we zoom in a little
Not
bit?
a lot. This is not a lot of views.
How many subscribers does this guy have?
Like 200.
He has 414,000.
Yeah.
And he's getting how many views on the Snow White stuff?
He's getting about the same views that I get on my channel. That is many less subscribers, 4 times less subscribers.
That's not good then, obviously.
No.
Yeah. He's doing that. Things are getting worse after Switch 2.
He goes from one bullshit culture war issue to the next. Like, there's a bunch of like Ubisoft stuff about Assassin's Creed. Like, why?
Wait, hold on. Has this guy?
They have a black character? Like, this is so fucking stupid.
Has this guy
This
ever?
is so fucking stupid.
Hold on. Has this guy ever
race swapped Snape? Harry Potter controversy.
Hold on though. Has this guy ever sat through an entire movie? Can you go up for a second? He's got a video that says, "I just walked out of Snow White." And then go up a little bit more. It says, "I walked out of the Minecraft movie." Has he ever watched an entire movie? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe he's not finishing these movies. Maybe he should sit through a whole fucking movie.
Okay, there's just 2. Okay, I was expecting to see more, but it's a recent thing.
Wait, is there
Can
more?
you see why he walked out of Minecraft?
He found a new headline.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another.
Oh, we don't have to watch him. Let's not fucking give him more attention than he
Today
needs.
we're talking.
Why is he shooting? Why is all the
this?
saturation out of the video? What is this?
Yeah, why? I was gonna say, why is the color in his vlogs done as if he's filming Schindler's List? What is going on here?
Wow, it was a really bad movie.
He sees what dogs see because dogs can only see blue, right, or certain colors.
I thought it was yellow.
I don't know.
Maybe you're right.
He's speaking to his audience.
Eat your
then.
slop,
That's what
dogs. Yeah.
Fun fact:
Your
this guy actually
anti-woke
got called up to his face by one of his heroes. He was on a show with Zack Schneider, and Zack Schneider said he refused to work with him and left the live stream because he's like, "You guys deal in hate and bigotry. That's not what I'm about." See ya. And it like you could see it broke their souls. It was one of their biggest heroes, their like favorite director. Like,
That's
oh my god,
awesome.
Zack Schneider's here, and then he was just like,
nice.
"Fuck you, you guys." You know.
Oh my.
Love
These
to see
talentless
that.
hacks have to fucking just latch on to made up issues as a way to get views because they know how the algorithm works.
Yeah.
Pretty gross.
That goes to your earlier point. Like, you know how you're saying how the economy's crashing and all the right are losing their viewers and all that kind of stuff. Fox News has been dedicating so much extra time now to trans issues, talking about that person who took a knee, the cis woman who took a knee during the fencing. It turned out
I saw your headline said that it's fake news or something. What happened there? Can you? I was wondering.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I don't know if okay. So the controversy is that a fencer was basically competing against a trans woman. She was a cis woman. She refused to compete against her, took a knee, and then Fox News was like, "She's our hero. Oh my god, our queen. She did it. She refused to battle this biological male." It turns out that after the fact, she was given $5,000 from a right wing extremist group, as a like thank you for being courageous prize. And also, she, as is the thing with fencing, has been playing in co-ed fencing. Fencing is co-ed, and she played against a cis man like a week ago and beat him.
Oh, really?
Against the cis man a week prior, beat the cis man, and then did this whole thing where like I refuse to play against a biological male. I take the knee, kind of thing.
I didn't hear about that. I did.
God.
I'll show you a link.
I did look her up, and I was shocked to find this out. So, the whole thing around it when I first saw it was how this poor college kid forced to face a trans woman, a man. And I looked her up. The trans woman in the thing is actually in college. She's actually in her teens or early 20s or something. She's actually enrolled in college. the woman who took the knee, is 31 fucking years old. What is she doing playing against these people? What is she doing playing against kids? Why that to me that's the real unfair advantage. Why the fuck is a 31-year-old with 10 years of extra experience fencing against a bunch of 19 and 20-year-olds? What the fuck is up with that?
I sent you a good cartoon that explains the whole thing. If you want to put it on screen.
Did you all see Fox News during the market crash? They were trying to gin up like anti-trans hysteria, and one of the segments, I saw the screenshot of it, I didn't watch it. It was about a British pool player that was trans, and it's like, wait, hang on. First of all, this is the UK. This is not Democratic Party wokeness, so why are you complaining about it? And it's pool. Why exactly do trans people have an advantage? Like, what?
It's the same thing with chess, the same thing with darts, the same thing with like, shooting. It's like all these like, sports where people are, yeah, like you're like, a lot of these are co-ed for a reason. In a lot of competitions, it's only like, at very high levels that people start to get really weirded out by it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sophie LaBelle, by the way. Amazing artist. Y'all should follow on social media. Basically put the whole story into 4 squares in case you were curious. But yeah, if you're listening, sorry if you're not watching, I can describe it. Top left one says, on March 30th, a fencer named Stephanie Turner forfeited a bout because her opponent was trans. Her refusal to compete disqualified her from the competition. Next square. Here's the thing, though. Fencing is typically a co-ed sport at the non-elite level. Turner herself was competing against cis men and won a week earlier. Next square. Turner's actions prove that nothing about the trans athlete's moral panic is about fairness. Final one. After she made international headlines, the conservative group gave her $5,000 Courage Award for unsportsmanlike conduct. Her trans opponent went on to place 24th at the competition, the one that she had to bend.
Oh yeah, I'd seen that too. I forgot about that. The trans woman actually placed 24 out of like 32 or something like that. Like,
that's another thing is they usually care when trans women win, right? Like, first off, they never talk about trans men. Like, there's a trans male boxer who started to like blow up when he first joined boxing because he won his first 3 matches against cis men. So this is a trans man who was playing in boxing professionally and as a professional boxer beat 3 men in a row. And then it got to the point where they couldn't find more men to compete against him because it became a controversial thing, I guess. I don't know what the reasoning behind that is, but not a single right-winger talked about that. And there's a direct example of someone who is trans entering professional sports and winning, but it happens to be someone who was identified as a female at birth, so they don't care. Like, that story is just like, oh no, we can't talk about that. That's about a woman beating up men in my mind, right? Like, no, men always win, especially boxing.
Wow. I would love to see some of these like big proponents of banning trans people from sports like compete against a female athlete, cis or trans. They talk about fairness in sports. They think that all of a sudden you just have this automatic biological advantage if you're trans. Well, compete against them. Like, Jenk, why don't you go play a cis woman at basketball or a trans one at basketball? See if you get that biological advantage, bud.
Jimmy Dore said the challenge. I don't think he knew what he was saying, but Jimmy Dore was like, I could beat any single trans person in sports. I was like, you couldn't beat anyone at anything.
What's even his argument?
That they're secretly women trying to be men so he can beat women at sports, and it's the old sexist trope, right?
Oh my god!
Yeah, so that's
I cannot stand up straight probably from the alcohol in his fucking body, and yet he thinks he can beat anyone at sports. Excuse me, the audacity.
I play co-ed sports. My kids play co-ed sports. There is, maybe there are certain sports where obviously there are various advantages, but that's for anybody. Like fucking
I
the
played
reason
co-ed
why.
T-ball as a kid.
But like,
to be
look
fair,
at, like,
I
for
did
example,
beat the shit out of all the girls on purpose. But
But like, look at Michael Phelps. He's got like this fucking like alien like wingspan or something, right? Isn't they? Doesn't he have some like?
Yeah, he has like a bunch of like advantages genetically.
Genetic
arguably not
every
human.
part of his body.
Why?
Like, I heard someone describe it. If you put someone in a lab and tried to make a human from scratch that could be good at that specific sport, you would do every single feature that Michael Phelps has. From
Right.
Like
So
web
you know what?
feet,
Maybe
it's like a bunch of stuff.
his arms to his
His
weight,
body
his
doesn't
lung
produce
size,
as much lactic
everything.
acid.
Yeah,
So
his body,
So he
here's the
doesn't
deal.
get exhausted
Either-
as much.
genetically superior. Yeah,
Either we open up sports to more people, or we should even get more narrow and we should not even. It's not men's sports. We should it should be even broad, even further maligned down, even further than like boxing or UFC does, where there's actually like weight classes. We should do like body type competitions only.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nobody
only people with those body types can compete. Like that way, there's no genetic advantage whatsoever. And even then, I'm sure you'll find some sort of genetic advantage.
Nobody over 6 feet should play in the NBA. It's not fair. If you're really tall, how is that fair?
Right. I've never been able to play basketball even for fun because my height is such a negative in that specific sport.
Let's eliminate everybody over.
Yeah.
How tall are you? 5'6".
Me?
Yeah.
Me? I'm not 5'6". I wish I was 5'6". No, I'm
Let's
actually
eliminate everybody over your height.
I'm about 5'4".
There you go. That should be the NBA. It's not fair that Binder can't play basketball.
They have a biological advantage. So if we care about fairness in sports, you have to ban tall people from basketball.
Also,
or at least create their own separate but equal league for the tall people.
I can't swim. So in swimming competitions I want to take part in, there can't be water in the pool. We just got to run it. We got to run it.
Life jacket. Everyone has to wear a life jacket.
We got to run it.
I actually want to see that.
I'm naturally uncoordinated.
We got to empty out the pool and we got to run.
Yeah, I'm naturally uncoordinated, so everybody has an unfair advantage against me at sports. So I think that's unfair. They should have to be like, we have to spin them around a bunch, and then they get to play against me. That's the only way to make it completely fair.
That's how we do it.
Someone brought up in the chat. Hank Works in the chat brought up that Muggsy was 5'3". Yes, there are always exceptions. How many Muggsy Bowls are there in the NBA though? One.
Well, the reason why the reason why Muggsy in particular was able to dominate, even though he was 5'3", was because he was trans. He had that biological advantage for being trans.
We could talk about this. I did a video on this guy today. So you should all go check out that video. But this is a billionaire ex-Democratic mega donor who now supports Trump because of course. And
this is one of the all-in guys, right?
Yes,
this is the guy who hosts the podcast with David Sachs and Jason Calacanis. These are the worst people on the planet.
Chamath Palihapitiya is his name. He was one of the early Facebook executives. He runs some other. I don't know what he does now, but he's a billionaire. And so he was on Andrew Schultz podcast talking about one of the big advantages of the Trump administration for people like him, a billionaire, and how it compares to the Obama administration.
This is one thing I'll tell you about the Trump administration, which is totally different. Okay. I was a lifelong Democrat. Okay. I was a mega donor to the Democrats. Like dinner with Obama level donor. Okay. I couldn't get a fucking phone call return from the White House to save my life. The only thing that happened to me was I made an off-color comment about like something in China. And I had the Biden administration like basically say something, like essentially put out a press release, basically saying I was like, mean. That's all I got for millions of dollars. That, you know what I mean? Like.
Oh wait, I'm muted. So we'll go on, but I just want to pause there because he glosses over this. The comment he made was basically he doesn't care about the Uyghurs in China, which. It's funny he doesn't mention that here. Like, he knows what he said. The reason he doesn't bring it up is because the right wing went after him. Fox News for days was like, big Biden donor, doesn't care about the Uyghurs in China. Like, it was a big right wing thing to attack him over this. And now he's on a right wing podcast, so he's not going to bring this up. And he's a right winger supporting Trump. But it's funny how he just completely glosses over that. All my millions of dollars, and all I got was Biden responding after days of right-wing coverage slamming me. But let's go on.
For being honest.
I mean, I was like, hey man, there's like a lot of problems in America. Like, you know, talk to me about the fentanyl crisis before we talk about everything else. Anyways, the Trump administration is totally different.
Problem, bitch.
There's not a single person there you can't get on the phone and talk to. I'll give you an example of this. A friend of mine's company was really impacted with these tariffs in a bad way, okay? This is like a really amazing, legitimate American business, 150-year-old business, family-owned, all this stuff. And I was able to call the deputy chief of staff and I said, hey, can you talk to the CEO and just so hear on the ground? He's like instantly putting me on the phone. You know, my wife runs a pharmaceutical business and, you know, we wanted to make sure that the administration understood like all the implications for rare diseases and orphan drugs. What happens if these tariffs like cripple the R&D budgets? Because there's 30 million Americans with rare diseases. Rare disease means it's not like diabetes or cancer. Yeah. It's like 200,000 people or less. But there's 30 million of these Americans. 2/3 are kids.
Which, by the way, the vast majority of that research is done through public money.
Right.
Because
which was cut.
Obviously not lucrative to research rare disease. So, and then that research is taken by private companies, and then they basically sell it back to the public.
And the only companies that work on such small markets are these small biotech companies. And the tariffs create a lot of uncertainty. We were able to talk to all of them. They were like, explain the issue. I want to understand it. So this is what's also totally different, which I really give them a lot of respect. They are willing to debate it with you. You can pick up the phone and talk to these people. I've never had that experience, guys. I mean, look, I was like a senior person at Facebook, could never get a meeting. I only met Obama once when he came to the thing. Then when I was running an investment fund, successful, I had dinner with Obama, but it was, you know, under the purposes of should I donate to the foundation? You know, I've donated millions of dollars to Democrats. I've never been to the Oval. Okay?
Press pause. This is amazing. This really is amazing. It's actually giving me, you know, I'm getting newfound respect for Barack Obama right here, honestly.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised.
Like the idea that he gives money, so he gets to directly reach out, like his own private concierge from whatever administration it is fascinating. That he thinks that's how it should be done, and that the Obama administration were the bad guys for not giving him the time of day. What about every other company? What about every other person who was hurt by these tariffs that did not have that direct line? Was the customer service line open for everybody or just people like you who have these unlimited funds to give? This is amazing that he's saying this out loud and he thinks it's totally normal to say this. And it's also amazing that these four guys, now I can't tell who's sitting there. It does look like two of them are maybe uncomfortable with what they're hearing too. I can't quite tell.
A question comes up. There's more to this, but.
Okay, go ahead.
It's like here, it's like, hey, come to the White House, explain these issues now. You get on a plane, you get over there, and they're like, explain it. And then they'll debate it. That's like, it's totally different.
Sorry, devil's advocate. Should being a mega donor, I mean, I guess I get your point of view, but couldn't it also just be like, no, we're not going to be biased just because a person donated money. We're not going to just answer the phone whenever he calls.
You think I was like, you know, stupid 5 years ago and all of a sudden tried to like start to build national champions like now? Yeah. Dude, man, I've been in the grind for fucking 25 years here, paying my taxes. I fucking paid, you know, more than most people.
Yeah. So irrespective of the donation,
I've been trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to favor myself. It's like, even just to explain, like, here's what's happening on the ground. Do you want to know?
The question wasn't about did you earn the money you have. It was about you get a specific thing that no one else does because of how much money you have. You have a certain perspective that the vast, vast, vast majority of people do not have. And you were able to talk to the administration. Isn't that a problem? And he avoids the question completely.
His answer is even worse, though, if you ask me. Oh, it has nothing to do with my donations. I've been a taxpayer for the last 25 years. There's people who've been taxpayers for 80, 90 years. Till the day they die, you're paying fucking taxes, and they don't get a direct line to the president. I didn't realize that people who've paid taxes the longest get a special hotline to the White House. Give me a fucking break.
It's incredible. It's just completely out of touch.
Luigi, not happy.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to share that.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
I do love the idea though that like there's some 99-year-old out there who's like, "Oh, sir, you are now the person with the longest
Maybe that should
tax
be
paying
maybe that
you get
should
the
be what it
direct
is.
line
If
to
you're
Trump.
super old, you probably do deserve a direct line. If you're that old, 100%. You've earned your right.
I mean, listen.
Mr. President, Mr. President, my TV remote ran out of batteries. What do I do? My show is about to come on. What do I do?
That $5 that I
You have to
donated to
tell me.
Obama when I was 21, I should have had a dinner with him. I didn't get shit.
Mm-hmm.
If we're being fair, if it's not about the big donations. I hate these people so much because the fact that he had the audacity to share that and had no second thoughts about it is just yeah, it's wild. Why would you do that?
It sucks that it was wasted on that show. Like, props to that dude. I've seen him pop up on my feed before, like a YouTube short type or TikTok length clip of like his stand-up comedy set. So props to him for asking the question, but he also folded like a fucking wet paper bag super fast too.
Yeah.
Like, that's why these guys go on this show. Like, why is a fucking rich
Andrew
political
Schultz
donor going on comedian Andrew Schultz's fucking comedy podcast to talk about tariffs? Like, this is ridiculous.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint.
They don't get
that
pushback.
mustache isn't real. He didn't get it from growing out hair on his face. That mustache is dookie. He has his head up their asses. Bootlicker.
It's you know,
I get to keep describing, just so you know.
what do you fucking say, man? What do you fucking say to this shit? Like, it's so frustrating.
They're just so in their own world where it's just like, you know, he's like humble bragging. Like, I had dinner with Obama, did all this stuff, and he wouldn't even call me. Like, I couldn't even talk to him. It's just like completely disconnected from reality.
That's how it should be. That's how it fucking should
Exactly.
be. You don't get a fucking direct line to the president based on how much fucking money you've given to their campaign.
All this money, and they complained about my China comment after I was attacked by Fox News for it.
You know, that is a super important distinction that you looked that up and pointed that out, because like the way he presented it, it was like he was just some private citizen who said something about China, and the Uyghur comment is obviously that he actually said is obviously horrible. But you know what? Any private citizen saying anything horrible, the president of the United States shouldn't feel like they have to come out and say something. But with that added information that he was a Biden donor who said this, and then the right-wing media took that opportunity to use him and his comment to attack Biden, of course they have to put out a statement. They didn't just put it out because of he said it. They had to put it out because he was being used to hurt him, to hurt the president.
Yeah. It's just it's incredible. Like that's how you know he knows what he's doing, because he purposely didn't go into any of those details, because it would just kind of, you know, wipe away the entire illusion of how much of how this guy just blows with the wind depending on what he thinks suits him at the time. Like I did a video on him at the beginning of the pandemic, because this is back when he was I think he was a Democrat donor at the time, but he was basically slamming other rich people worried about, you know, like hedge funds worried about, you know, getting their money wiped out through the pandemic. And he's like, fuck them, who cares? Like they can't have, you know, they can't go to the Hamptons for a week, and who cares? Like, so that made headlines because it was a rich person attacking other rich people. But now it serves him just to go all in on Trump. A few days ago, before the tariffs were reversed, this guy was saying, oh, Trump's going to have these tariffs in for the long haul. He's doing this. This is going to be great. This is going to be a great reset. He was calling it Bretton Woods 2.0, the Mar-a-Lago Accords. Like, and then 3 days later, he fucking paused it for 90 days. Like, it's just it's clownery. And so he has that what is it, all in or whatever this podcast. I was seeing other people comment about it where they were saying he's basically just a full-on Trumper now. Like it's funny to see, you know, that this guy knows in order to not be a target, that he has to kiss Trump's ass, and that's exactly what he's doing, despite all the insanity going on.
In that the difference, a major difference between that time when I remember he said that early on, and it was like, oh, rich person attacking other rich people during the pandemic. Just a few months or a year later, he's getting big into crypto, and so that obviously played a huge role. I guarantee it, because they got the All In people. One of the most famous clips from that show, at least in our circles, is they were talking about how during the early days of Solana, they invested early on, and they got a nice little bag of Solana tokens, and then they like quietly dumped on everybody or something like that. So these guys are, it's the All In podcast. These guys are some of the worst people on the planet. Seriously.
It's like rich David people. Sachs too, right? He's on that as well.
David Sachs, Jason Calacanis, this guy, and then a fourth guy who's like the least known of the four of them. There are four tech guys who got insanely wealthy from doing literally nothing, being in the right place at the right time, and now they just invest in tech companies. This is the same guy over the weekend was saying like, oh, don't worry about the natural resource. One of the natural resources we get from China. I happen to own one of the largest of these natural resources firms, so I'll make sure we're taken care of. And then someone pointed out like, dude, you know who owns like 75% of that company you invested, that national resource company you invested in? China. You think they're gonna? But also, I love the idea of, oh, don't worry about losing our trade with China that provides us this national resource. Don't worry, everyone. I am going to get insanely rich off of it. Be why would we be? Oh, thank God, this guy owns something that he's gonna get insanely rich for, and now he's gonna give us a small piece that we have to pay him for. Like, ridiculous.
It's funny you mention he's into crypto. He reminds me of Gary V. Has that same kind of energy where it's just like that kind of ape type personality, but it's like put on
used car salesman.
Phony.
You mean
used car salesman, but a billionaire basically.
Fucking Billy Mays, but if Billy Mays was that the guy's name? Billy Mays here, fucking an infomercial guy. If they weren't selling you like something that cost $10 to $20 that didn't work, an infomercial guy that was like literally saying, give us your life savings so we could fucking scam you. That's basically what these guys are.
I went back a couple weeks ago and watched some old clips of Gary V talking about NFTs, and it's hilarious to watch now. And like, he was just hawking that shit. He had V friends, which were like these shitty, horribly shitty. I think they're his doodles.
Those. He's still hawking those, but not the NFTs.
They're like these horrible doodles for like $80,000 a piece, and they're just digital. Again, NFT. It's just nothing.
The funniest thing is, V-Friends was created as the digital collectible that it was gonna be the future. You know how V-Friends exists now? They fucking sell physical V-Friend toys at toy stores, and they're launching V-Friends trading cards, physical trading cards. I guess the digital collectible business wasn't the future after all. Fucking ridiculous bullshit.
Where's the? Are they just doing stuff with zero demand? Because how is there any demand for any of that?
I don't know anybody who fucking. I don't know anybody who fucking buys that shit.
Oh my God! It's like trying to create the aura of this is big. This is we got these toys, we got these trading cards, NFTs, we got everything, and like they're not. It's just a branding exercise that no one's buying anything of. Weird.
I mean, so much of this really. But so much of this really is fake, though. Like, people should understand that. Like, so much of all of this stuff you see from these grifters, these right-wingers, it's all fake. Like, their book sales, fake. They buy that shit to pump up the fucking themselves up on the bestseller list. Sam Cedar has had a theory for very long that a lot of these top podcasts, they are legit top podcasts now, because once you get into the rankings, people are like, oh, I don't want to miss out on what everyone else is listening to. But a lot of these top podcasts, in order to get into those fucking rankings at first, they would fucking buy views. They would fucking fake that shit. Just like they do with the book sales. the fucking every time you hear one of these guys talk about how much they're fucking making, like Andrew Tate and shit like that, I'm sure he's making a lot of fucking money now. But once they fucking started this shit, when they were promoting how much they were making, all fucking fake, all fake. They tell you how much they're making or how well they're doing to make you feel like you're not taking part in this and you're missing out because look how much business we're getting from everybody else who's in on it. And then that's when everyone actually starts buying in, and that's when they make their money. It is the fucking fake it till you make it thing.
They
all
all
these
have
fucking people do it.
millions of viewers, and then their video view counts are like what 10% of your subs are watching your videos. Something is dramatically inflated here. That's exactly what they're doing. It's fake it till you make it. It's just the same strategy. Yeah,
it's 100% what that is.
Yeah,
like who's
you had a segue there. I feel like we cut you off. You were in the middle of a decent segue.
No, I don't want to change the subject if you're not ready.
Oh,
No,
go ahead. I'm done. No, go ahead.
I want to know what you were saying.
So this is fucking hilarious to me. When I was listening to the Vanguard earlier, they talked about something that someone is now hawking, and it's wild. I don't want to spoil it. I just want to play from the Vanguard. Jimmy Dore has a new sponsor. This shit made my head explode. I was laughing so hard. I'm not going to give you anything else. I'm just going to play it. Watch the full video, by the way. This is from the Vanguard. They just posted this. It's called Leak Jimmy Dore Scams His Elderly Audience and Shocking New Low. I was not ready for what they were about
from the Poly Market Garage.
I'm excited to figure it. I'm excited to find out what it is.
Like, do you have any guesses? Because I promise you, it's going to be worse than you expect.
It's going to be gold.
I'm going to say dick pills.
I'm going to say life
survival
insurance.
bucket.
I think it's probably dick pills.
Health insurance or life insurance. Oh, is it going to be those weird like baths or toilets for old people? Those really expensive ones.
A shower chair.
I want to. There's two different sponsorships
Stand
that
in
I go
shower.
to. I don't know how much.
You open the shower door and you walk in.
Okay. Without further ado, here we go.
They extended the sale and added a few more. Once this deal is gone,
Wait,
it's
hang on, let me go back
gone
a little
like
bit.
you trust, like...
Yes. Let's take a look.
1775, the Rumble just launched the first anti-aging coffee. And no, it's not brewed in Fauci's lab, though it will make you feel younger without the side effects of government advice. They dropped 1,000 longevity bundles, blew through most of them, and after watching freedom lovers panic harder than CNN on election night, they extended the sale and added a few more. Once this deal is gone, it's gone like your trust in the FDA. For $99, you're getting over our $250 value. 2 bags of longevity coffee infused.
Wait, hold on, $99?
How do you say that?
$99.
What was it? $99? Yeah, I think so. You get 2 bags of
coffee?
Anti-aging longevity coffee. So first, that better be some damn good coffee because even the high.
For a second, I thought these were you. One of you guys talking. I mean, aren't these the same? Isn't his audience the same people that are like, oh, you'll have more money if you stop buying your mocha latte at Starbucks every day. Your $7 mocha latte, $99 fucking dollars for coffee. Are you kidding me?
But does your coffee stop aging?
I mean, I'm sure the anti-aging coffee also doesn't stop aging.
I gotta look this up now.
Unfortunately, my coffee's brewed by Fauci, so I'm fucked. I guess it's not gonna work for me.
As he goes on,
coffee?
The pitch gets even funnier because apparently the coffee is patriotic as well. It's
Oh
from
my
a
god, it's
patriotic company.
1775 coffee. That's amazing.
Yep.
Why
If you buy
1775?
it, you're entered to win a Cybertruck.
That's
Yeah, why?
1776.
1775 is a very weird number.
But what happened in 1775? Why is it called 1775 coffee?
It was the eve of the American American founding eve.
100% because 76 was trademarked.
Oh, and by the way,
Brian
Matt, you
Johnson
said gold and silver.
Wow.
He hawks
Actually,
gold and silver later in a separate ad read in the same video. You guys
That's
have to
not
watch
surprising.
this. Yeah.
Well, my assumption is that if the American Revolution was running on 1775 coffee, the American troops would have been so much more awake and so much more active that we actually would have won the war and done everything a year earlier. We would have been free a whole year earlier. 1775 coffee. That would be my.
So according to the website, if you want to know what makes it different than regular coffee, it is infused with clinically studied CAC. A powerful ingredient decides to cellular energy.
They put CAC in my coffee?
Well, it's pronounced CAC, but it's CAAKG. So clinically studied.
A big CAC in my coffee.
I want to hear. Does Jimmy Dore get to that part? I want to hear Jimmy Dore talk about
there's
CAC.
Steven Crowder. Look at
Oh
Jimmy
my
Dore.
God! He pops up.
1775 is bold. It's strong. It's America's first in every single cup.
Oh, look,
America
Maha.
first.
That was a terrible Jimmy Dore impression. I apologize for that, but
Where does it say? I want to see how this word is spelled.
oh
How
my
is it
god.
spelled?
Oh my god. They got the rapist. The rapist is one of the front fucking 15 figures. Oh my god. That man's a pedophile rapist.
He looked like
Jesus.
I think Don Jr.'s drinking something else.
Yeah, he looks high as fuck. Oh my god, it's so
What
much
is this
funnier
word?
looking
Where
at
is
the
this word? I
website.
got to see this word. Where is it on the site?
Oh,
CAC?
so if you go to 1775 coffee, it's a specific product. It's the Rejuvenate coffee. So it's /product/
Oh.
Rejuvenate coffee. Then I can put it in the chat, but then you can go scroll down to the frequently asked questions so you can see.
I got to see how this word is spelled.
The CAG.
I want to get a.
I want the CAC roast.
Oh,
that
he
word, I
couldn't
see it.
pronounce this. Oh my god, he couldn't pronounce this in the video. He like stopped for like 5 minutes trying to get one of his handlers to tell him how to pronounce this. I got to show
I
you
think
that
it's
also.
Let me see it.
CAAKG is probably how you pronounce it.
Is this company actively playing a joke on their own buyers? Like, is that
They
what
have
this
to.
They
is?
have to
They have
be.
to be. This is a scam.
No, but
There's no
even
such
with
thing
the
as a
CAC
scam.
stuff, it's like,
At
would say it's
it's like it's on
1775?
purpose.
Yeah. Fucking supporting
Freedom
the Fauci.
Fueled. I want a Maha cup though. Honestly, these look great.
Why don't we start a company where we just sell garbage to right wingers? Like that's it's not a bad.
Yeah.
If you
I
have
mean,
no
Russell
soul,
Brand was
not
hawking
a bad
those
job.
crystals or whatever. What was it? It was a medallion that shielded you from evil spirits. I can't remember what it was. We looked at the
Didn't work.
website.
Hey,
Every review.
don't talk
on
shit.
this,
The amulet. It's been working for John Tavares on the Maple Leafs. He's been killing it. He's an amulet
on-
owner,
Didn't work for Russell Brand.
and he's
Official
killing it
sponsor.
right now.
I'm on Trustpilot right now. Trustpilot is like a website where people could leave reviews for companies. And every single review for this company, at least for the past couple of months, is a negative review. 1-star rating.
What does it say?
Never again. It took over 3 weeks to get my order, and I wasn't impressed.
And there was no CAC.
Another one. Despite 1975 shipping saying a 4 to 5 day delivery, I am at 24 days and still waiting. Another one. Never received my order. I was immediately charged, but nothing ever arrived. Here's a good one from 2 months ago. Shit coffee. I am sick to death of the Russell Brand ad suggesting we should drink the coffee that just exuded from his anus.
Why'd they buy it if they're sick of the ad? Did they just like acquiesce because they thought it
don't
would
know.
go away? What the fuck?
I know. Here's another one. Never received my order. Never got to taste the product because I never received the order. Another one. Never received the order. We ordered some pods back in November based on a Russell Brand promotion and never received our order. Well, that's your problem to begin with.
Don't watch Russell Brand.
Yeah.
Okay, here's that portion of Jimmy
Jeez.
Dore trying to say CAC.
And start your morning with coffee that stands for something. Cal AKG.
Here's me know what that means.
It's dead air.
Oh,
You know what it
where
means.
is it?
Right out the gate.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's sad, guys, because as people in chat are pointing out, he's only 59 years old, but he is interacting with whoever that producer is as if it's like his granddaughter. Yeah,
That producer's his
Chuck
wife,
Grassley
isn't it?
on his way to make a Senate vote. You know what I mean? He's
I
like
don't
looking
know.
around. He's like, "Oh my God, where am I?" You know what I mean? It's insane. He has to have a handler. Okay, he has to have somebody that can dictate what he's doing. He doesn't plan his own show. We learned a long time ago that he doesn't read or
That
prep
comment is
anything
funny.
on his own. Okay, so he just goes in there and sits and reads whatever is on that piece of paper that's printed out for him.
on Burgundy.
He put a little anti-aging coffee into his cup of I don't think that's Bailey's. When you're this far gone, brother, unfortunately, you don't fuck around with no Bailey's. Okay, this guy's probably drinking 45% vodka. I mean, this guy's probably drinking hooch.
Yeah, and remember,
or gin.
Remember when hooch? Yeah, remember when he made a whole big deal about how he stopped smoking weed? Like, bro, kick the bottles. Pick back up the joint, for the love of Christ. Like, look at what is happening to you. This is so sad. Jimmy used to be genuinely like pretty quick-witted. You know, you could say he was unfunny always, but I thought there was a point where he genuinely was capable of being funny. Now it's like he doesn't even know what he's fucking doing or where he's at anymore. He can barely get through the segment, and it's about to get even worse. It is funny, but it is also a little bit sad.
Jimmy Dore here, and Jimmy Dore here with it.
Bro, he's live. He looks like.
Hey, I'm Jimmy Dore.
What the fuck?
It's me, Jimmy.
No, I can't believe this is real.
Do I have to say my name?
I say no, but that's how like.
My God.
Is it behind the scenes?
It's painful to watch this. I genuinely feel bad for them.
This was during a live stream. I don't want to play anymore because I want you all to watch the Vanguard's video. Again, leaked.
I did look up what exactly AKG does, and it is used for like bodybuilders and stuff like that. Apparently, as a supplement, it's known to cause gastrointestinal distress, nausea, and diarrhea. So I don't think it's like a good additive.
Wow. It's a good thing. It's a good thing regular coffee on its own doesn't cause those issues.
I know. That's like, you're making a fucking shit bomb there. That's one thing. You also, it's like most supplements, you get it naturally from meat, fish, dairy products, and eggs. It's like you don't need to spend tons of money to get expensive supplemented coffee with the alpha ketoglutarate inside of it. You can get alpha ketoglutarate by eating meat or fish or dairy products or eggs, or nuts and seeds if you're a vegan or vegetarian, and leafy greens. It's in there too.
I feel like that audience, like, I'm assuming he has a more older audience. You have no idea how lucrative the whole vitamin/supplement game is. They buy that shit. I won't name names. I know somebody personally who is older, who listens to these things, literally purchases every single vitamin and supplement you can imagine. That shit, they make bank off of that. So it sounds stupid to us, but people believe that shit.
MLM scams run a section of the U.S. economy, like people selling vitamins to other people, vitamins to other people. It's a huge industry, and the sad part about it is you can get a lot of that shit just by eating fruits and vegetables on a regular basis. You know, that's one of the easiest ways to get vitamins. Your body absorbs them way better from natural fruits and vegetables than it does from pressed tabs. But
also, just like regular, ordinary, like non like marketed as like health nut bodybuilding type vitamins work too. Like, yeah, sometimes you don't like, for example, like during the winter, a lot of people have to take, what is it, the one that you get from the sun, vitamin B, right? Is that it? Or vitamin B? Which one is that?
It's vitamin
so
B,
you
right?
you take vitamins to just basically make up for you not getting as much sunlight as usual because you're not outdoors as much. Like that's totally legit to do that. But like all this other stuff, like, I mean, I guess like if you're looking just to gain pure weight or whatever, those like weight gaining stuff works because it's just like pure like calories or whatever. But other than that, like none of that shit, I don't think really does much, if anything.
Yeah.
In fact,
look,
quite the opposite.
I get a multivitamin. I get creatine. I get, protein shakes, stuff like you were talking about, muscle milk or whatever. The people who take every single supplement known to man, the ones that are hawked by like Alex Jones and now Jimmy Dore, these are the people who are the most paranoid about like vaccines, about pharmaceutical companies. It doesn't make any sense because like you won't trust something that is approved by the FDA, but you'll trust something that isn't regulated by the FDA. Like supplements are not regulated by the FDA. There's so many fucking different things that are basically placebos.
Didn't Alex Jones have lead in them? Like they had soy. It's really funny because he was talking about soy boys or whatever.
Gay.
But they also
you know what? Now that you guys mention it, I'm starting to think this 1775 coffee company is pretty fucking woke. I don't think conservatives can trust them. Where the fuck is my ivermectin injected coffee? Why don't they do that shit?
Oh, that's
What
a
are
good
they
idea.
scared of doing that? Where's the fucking ivermectin coffee? I want the fucking ivermectin coffee going directly down my fucking gullet. Otherwise, I'm going to assume these guys are in bed with Fauci, okay?
We can make our own ivermectin coffee. If we just got rid of all of our morals, didn't care about hurting people, we can make bank. Ivermectin coffee. Don't put ivermectin in it. Just tell people.
Sounds delicious.
All right.
For their own protection.
Right.
Cures COVID and cancer.
Horses take ivermectin, right? That's what they give horses. That's the whole big
Horses and humans. It's really good at getting rid of worms. It's a very good anti-worm medication. Yeah, that's what it won the Nobel Prize for, again, deworming, not for COVID-19 prevention.
So these guys want to take horse medicine, and they want caulk in their coffee. They just fucking put it all together and start throwing some horse caulk in their coffee.
And we wonder why their brains are Swiss cheese.
Stallion brand coffee.
Maybe that pastor. Do you remember Pastor Manning who talked about Starbucks putting gay semen in their coffee? Maybe he was onto something.
That sounds fun about that guy.
That sounds.
Do you remember that guy? I feel like
I remember the demon
him.
semen lady too. She was funny.
Demons. Oh, that sounds familiar. I can't remember.
It was that quack who was talking about how there's demonic semen and it's been infected by COVID or it was demon semen.
Okay, so this was. I'll play this clip. This was actually when TYT was at the top of their fucking game. They interviewed Pastor Manning, and their thumbnail is just 10 out of 10. Let me pull it in here. Pastor Manning interview. Semen in Starbucks? Excellent title. Excellent.
I'm not gonna lie.
Pastor Manning.
Wait, what? I need to know more.
Yeah, okay.
I have so many questions.
This is the best interview that has ever been conducted. We shit on Cenk a lot. This was when he was just at the top of his fucking game. Nobody could touch him. This was excellent journalism here. And this guy explains semen in the coffee, and Cenk gets to the root of his obsession with the idea that Starbucks workers are nutting in your coffee.
You've attacked other black celebrities, Jay-Z, Cornel West, Charlie Rangel, let alone President Obama, who you have tried in your own mock trial and said he should be hung, which is kind of amazing, let alone calling him a long-legged Mac Daddy.
Cenk, I've never said anything about any of these persons' names that you have called that was not true. Everything
I love how this guy's basically a moderate in today's America. Like,
it is true. And
this is a modern
one can say that I'm controversial. And all right, okay. I mean, there are many ways of spinning the activities of the things that I do, but primarily the foundation of what I do is that I speak the truth, and people think it's controversial, and the truth is controversial. And
extra context: this guy has a PhD that he got from the university that he created. So just FYI, he is a doctor, and you have to call him Dr.
I remember this guy now.
Amazing. Oh, I love him.
He was ahead of his time, honestly. He was a pioneer.
Has been. I'm not the progenitor of that. Anytime anybody, anywhere, at any period in history speaks the truth, it becomes, for those who oppose it, controversial. But these people that I've talked about, they all deserved everything I've said and more about them.
You have advocated for stoning gay people to death. How does that make you different from some of the...
Including being gay?
Well, I have to tell you this.
If you could tell me the specific moment in your life where you chose to be straight, which didn't happen. You were just born that way.
Prior to that she ran around with the rest of the
Sorry, I'm trying to find when he talks about semen and coffee.
Prior to that she ran around with the rest of the sodomites.
Oh yeah.
So the answer, yes, it is a lifestyle choice. Okay. Yes, it is.
All right, Pastor Manning.
And he genuinely believes this because you'll see why.
You said that Starbucks was putting semen of the sodomites in their coffee, but here's the interesting part, because it flavors up the coffee and it makes you think you're having a good time.
Stop for a moment.
I like the way
and
Jake
understand he literally said this shit.
Is saying that. That's a good.
He's taking it very seriously. Yeah.
Very like serious.
The fact that Jen got through that with a straight face, I mean,
hold on, no. This is
how did he not
wishcasting.
get a Pulitzer?
Ever I've heard it. Come on. This guy is wish casting. It makes it more delicious.
Wild.
You get addicted to it. You love it. They're putting.
I'll go back just to hear it again because I feel like that's insane.
Because it, quote, it flavors up the coffee and it makes you think you're having a good time, which then makes me wonder, do you equate drinking semen with a good time?
Well, you're pushing me up in a little bit of a corner here now, Jane, because I have to be very cautious here. But let me and all precautions that I can exercise.
Hold on. I don't think if anyone ever called. I don't think if anyone ever called me out for drinking semen, I don't think my response would ever be like, whoa, hold on, we're getting into some tricky territory for me.
Pushing me into a corner, buddy. I want to say something I'm going to regret.
I don't think I would have to say that. I think I'd be
Really
very
gets
clear
me
and be
into a
like, let me
corner
just
here.
say.
It's genuinely hilarious to me that he thinks that like gay people are just like, hey honey, how's it going? Good morning. Do you want me to nut in your coffee? Sure, go ahead. Like what the fuck? What the fuck?
I want to have
It's
a good
so
time
wild
today.
To me.
Go back a little bit. I gotta hear that again. I gotta hear him go like, "You're pushing me up in the corner here, Jenk. You're making things very difficult."
Time, which then makes me wonder, do you equate drinking semen with a good time?
Well, you're pushing me up in a little bit of a corner here now, Jane, because I have to be very cautious here. But let me and all precautions that I can exercise here now say that, a number of people think that semen tastes good. A number of people think that drinking semen is a good idea. And
Do you see it that way?
No, Ann, I don't think that myself personally, but I'm just giving you the references of what other people
And
think.
that's just the way you've described it in your past sermons. But okay, continue.
Wait, how does he know?
A number of people. I mean,
I like that. The answer isn't no. Semen doesn't taste good. The answer is I don't know. I've never tasted it.
He has sources.
Yes, I have been told. All right. Oh, he
Is
got a
Chris still
prophecy.
around?
I hope so.
Yeah, he's still alive actually.
Like
He's
still doing the same
alive.
stuff.
The church had to like sell it because of debts, and then there were allegations of abuse where the children of people who were part of his church apparently were like. I was reading one where some kid wore sneakers to the school that he was running or whatever, and they expelled them from the school, and the mother that was part of the church proceeded to then kick him out of the house for wearing sneakers.
Damn.
For wearing sneakers. Like it's a cult. It's a cult.
Insane.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
This is in Harlem. This isn't
Don't
like
drink
some
their
like
Kool-Aid if you go to that church.
this,
or their coffee
This
apparently.
isn't like, some like rural area. This is Harlem, New York. Manhattan.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Got literally millions of people around the world who really think that, the taste of semen is quite a flavor. And they seek it in the midst of other kinds of activities. And so one would think, well, all right, one would think Starbucks has deduced that, listen, in an ingenious way, I would say that we're more than infamous, ingenious way, they've discovered that since people like semen, and there's so many people drinking it from one another, their body fluid, why not put it in our coffees and flavor up our coffees?
I love how he's imagining the executives of Starbucks.
The whole premise of everything he says rests on the fact that semen has to be delicious, absolutely exquisite, because otherwise why would Starbucks do this, right? Like they're right to paint him into a corner here, to be like, well then, your theory wouldn't be true, sir, unless you did not in fact think it was delicious and it enhanced the flavor of coffee.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you all heard the soundbite in a different, I don't know if it's in this interview, but in a different clip, he's like, semen is a type of milk. It's like, bro, what the fuck are you on? Like, What the fuck are you on?
Listen, I'm not. I don't know for sure, but this guy is not talking like someone who's never tried it. I'll tell you that.
Well, you'll get some answers soon.
Oh,
Manning, I'm getting a sense here overall.
The same experience with semen and their lattes as they have in their bedrooms late at night.
So, Pastor Manning, I'm getting a sense for overall from your descriptions here that you think that being gay is a lifestyle choice, so it's a choice that a lot of people would want to make. You think that semen is delicious to a lot of people, and these are choices that people make. So it seems like perhaps if it wasn't for the Bible and the teachings of Moses, etc., that you might have been tempted by those choices as well. Is that the case? Have you been tempted?
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it.
Absolutely.
Have you been tempted? Does he think that every time? Does he walk by a Starbucks and get hard or something? Oh God, the devil! It's the devil's trick.
He just said absolutely.
I mean, there's nothing left to say. He just kind of gave it all away.
Does he say anything else?
Yeah.
I told you it's miscasting. I
Oh,
this from a
Yeah, he goes on to explain that he's been very tempted before, but he never gave in, and he emphasizes that.
Play it. I want to
Why is he talking? Why is he talking about? Why is he talking about semen like a Catholic who gave up chocolate for Lent? I mean, it's very bizarre.
He's jealous that some people have made the choice to put cum in their lattes, and he wishes he could do that without guilt. I guess I'm not sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Wait until the tariffs hit, then those cum coffees are going to be so much more expensive, and nobody's going to be drinking it, buddy. But I'll let him continue.
Is that the case? Have you been tempted?
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it. Jenk, I spent 3.5 years in prison. And I tell you that I saw a lot of that activity going on in prison. I mean, it was just the order of the day. It was a part of the course. I was in one prison I was in down in Rayford, Florida, called Union Correctional Facility, where the average sentence back in the late 70s when I was there in that prison, the average sentence, Jink, this is no lie, was 100 years. I mean, judges threw out 100-year sentence prison sentences to those people like it was okay, like ordering breakfast at McDonald's. And they formed unions. The first same-sex marriage.
Cenk, could you imagine 100 years of cum? 100 years worth of cum. Christ almighty.
The way he says it so nonchalantly. Well, absolutely, I've been tempted. Cenk, I've been in prison for 3 years, so you could imagine.
Why was he in prison? Did you say that?
I don't know when. Yeah, he said. Did he say the 70s?
Play a little bit more. It's almost over. Might as well play the rest of it. 30 seconds.
I saw was a marriage of a sodomite named Bahama's Mama who had dyed his hair red and used to walk around in white shorts, tight as you could possibly be, in a halter top. And one Saturday out on the yard, they had a marriage. He got married to one of the inmates, and all the other inmates were brokenhearted because they could no longer pursue sex with him. So yeah, I saw that and was tempted, but I didn't yield to temptation. By the way, you need to know that, and make sure you publish that as well.
All right.
Listen, Cenk, it's very important that when you publish this interview where I talk about how yummy cum is over and over and over again, that you let everyone know that when I was in prison and was tempted, I did not give in to temptation.
We have to try to bring him on Leftist Mafia. We could never recreate the magic of that interview, but I'd love to talk to him.
I doubt he still does interviews after that.
I don't think he's even active anymore. I think...
No,
I don't think he's doing anything anymore.
Now. He's not really doing anything.
He's still alive. Wow. He's 78.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I was wrong. He's running for mayor.
Stop. Is he really?
I am dead serious.
Actually?
Here's his YouTube.
Oh, yeah, there's a website.
Not YouTube.
Manning
Instagram. I just found this Instagram. Pull it up. Here you go. I just put it in the private chat on StreamYard.
On his website.
Wow.
I'm going to max out to his campaign.
He wasn't active anymore.
Republican candidate for mayor of New York City.
He's a candidate for mayor of New York City.
Oh, sorry, Zoran. My new favorite just stepped onto the scene. Trump's white because he's white. Oh, he's stepping
Let's
it
listen
up.
to that. Let's listen to that one.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Talk to you about Obama. You couldn't get enough of me. You couldn't get. What's the difference here? You say, well, the reason you were right about Obama, but you're wrong about Trump. Really? Really? Why? Is Trump right because he's white? Now talk to me. No, talk to me. Is Trump right? Obama's wrong. Trump's right because he's white. Listen, Obama was white too. Don't you remember? I said Obama wasn't black. Obama was the first black president. His mama was white. Obama was white. So if Trump is right because he's white, if that's your criteria, if that's the way you judge my statements based on the color of man's skin, and because Trump is white, he's right. Well, hell, Obama was white too, so he should be right. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. You don't think that deep or that long about anything. All that time.
I genuinely don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I don't know what
I have no idea either.
Okay.
He's lost his.
I wasn't the only one confused.
Trump got to jump. So is he anti-Trump? That Elon the monkey stood there in a black T-shirt. Wait, did he do a pivot? What is happening?
Elon the monkey. War.
What was that, Lance?
Oh, I was going to say, if you click on the endorsements that he's got, it's actually kind of wholesome. It goes directly to a YouTube video where he speaks to an old lady outside of a supermarket who endorses him. But that's the only endorsement. So, like,
Are you serious?
On the official, click on the website, go to the very top where it says the endorsements. And I thought there would be a whole bunch of like other people, you know, just random weirdos. It just clips to a YouTube video where an old lady endorses him outside of a supermarket. And it's called The Endorsement.
Let me pull it
I'm
up.
looking at his website. Like, check this out. This is
$27 minimum wage.
That's
right
good.
to affordable food, fight for living wage, the healthcare you
Hold on.
deserve.
It's Republican,
Hold on,
too.
I think the
What?
Starbucks Seaman coffee guy is winning me over.
Well, that's what he meant by affordable food.
We have made a complete turn.
Yeah, click on the
Maybe
endorsements. at the
some
top.
people can
Universal
be
health care
rehabilitated.
for New York City residents? What's going on here?
What? What?
That's amazing.
What's happening?
Wait, I want to see what else there is here.
The rent is too damn high.
Oh, wait, but hold on. He has a policy of there will be no transgender zones. Oh God!
Oh my
What?
god.
I think he's. I think I take away my support.
Yeah, that's insane.
So weird.
Don't say
So
gay
weird.
and transgender zone.
Although increase annual earnings for minimum wage workers to $56,160. What is going on here?
Wow.
All over the place.
These guys got
Maybe-
no
Maybe
got
we
no
could show up on his
coherent
endorsement
ideology.
page. Let's do it right now.
This is the
I
endorsement.
Come up out of
am
the.
endorsing
I gave a
Pastor
prophecy
Manning for New York
or
City
word of
Mayor.
revelation.
You probably could get
that
on there, honestly.
when you come up out of the subway, if you look up, you will see the presence of the glory of the Lord Jesus Christ. But only a select few people were able to see it. And Diana heard me, and she asked for time off from her job, and actually went out and looked up, and she saw it.
I saw it.
Now, this is the first time I'm seeing her. This was over 20 years ago, maybe, at least that period of time. And God Almighty has allowed the two of us to meet here in this parking lot. She remembers distinctively from that time. And she's had some good advice from me. And the Lord told her that it would be all right if I run for mayor. Is that right, Diana?
Well, I was worried. I was worried about what you could get into and what kind of junk they would put on
Oh,
you.
this is 4 minutes
And
long. I'm not watching.
Yeah,
I can't listen to this lady talk for longer than like anymore. Like
little
than like 10
depressing,
seconds without hurting myself.
I like his first thing. I like what he would make history as the first Republican pastor mayor of New York. It's very specific. Very specific to him. It'd be like if I became mayor and I was like, ladies and gentlemen, I made history, the first ever Matt Binder as mayor. There's never been another Matt Binder before me. It's very specific.
I am disappointed that he doesn't talk about semen and coffee anymore. I feel like that really was his thing, and he should rekindle that.
Yeah.
Might not be a winning message.
Winding down. I did
A chicken. What is it? A chicken in every pot, a semen in every coffee cup.
Mike, I got a clip for you. Just one final thing. It's just related to if you've seen cringe white people dancing. Canada finally beat the US in. I think we have the cringiest dancing ever at a political event. And I sent you the link in the chat. It's at a PPC rally, and you got to play it until it's finished because the moves just get better and better as it goes on.
Oh my god!
You'll see some implication of Trump dancing here as well.
Oh, okay. The double jerk off.
Yeah, there's some definite double jerk off. There's also the holster gun. I haven't seen the holster gun before. That was a new move to me.
Oh, I've seen the holster gun. White people like to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this party is still.
What is this?
Wow.
This is the People's Party of Canada. This is a
What's going on with his hand?
the far right party in Canada that doesn't have really any support.
And that's the leader of the People's Party of Canada.
There's
right
the leader
there.
who didn't win his seat last time he ran, even though he had a
Who, the
seat
guy with
before
the-
with the Conservatives.
the guy with the
he actually
tie,
had run
or-
for Conservative leadership.
This is the far right in Canada. This is the anti-vax Canadian party, essentially, that hate and want to kill Trudeau. This is their
my
official
God.
campaign event.
This could be the People's Party of America that Jimmy Dore founded, but they're playing around. What the
what is
fuck
this guy
is
doing?
that?
I don't even know what I'm watching here.
I'm like,
what is this?
I'm disassociating, trying to watch.
It's
the
a popular
dance
dance in
moves.
Canada,
What
okay? Don't make fun of us.
the fuck? What the? This is like white people dancing on such a different level
called
that I
the
can't even
beaver.
describe what's happening. Is it?
I mean,
No, I have no idea. I'm making this up.
The other half, it's the letter C. I don't know what he was going for.
He's very
he's
fixated
doing
on the
claw.
C.
Everybody do the claw. It's called the claw.
And he's so proud of it.
This is Canadian twerking.
What the fuck? Oh my
And there's the leader right
God.
there.
Yeah.
Who was so close to winning the Conservative leadership race a few years back.
It's a racist Fortnite dance. Oh man, chat, y'all are on fire right now.
Okay, we don't have to keep watching this.
I'm
No,
just so
Fortnite dances are better than this.
mesmerized. Oh my God. What the it's like putting me in a trance. I don't
Yeah, he's
understand what's
sensing.
happening.
There,
my
you're
God.
welcome.
That
America.
might-
Canada has
the
out
best thing I've
cringed
ever
you.
seen.
we
Goddamn
out-cringed you.
Canada. You know what? Now I don't feel bad about you all having the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders delayed or the tariffs. You deserve it just for that. Man. Yeah, that guy had extra semen in his coffee.
That's what you need.
That's what
You
one of the
need
commenters said. He's on some type of energy. I feel like there's no way he's doing. I mean, he's definitely. He has to be not sober, right?
I assume he's.
I just wish that we can.
I could be wrong.
Yeah,
He could be high on
the hand, the seat.
high on cack. He's been drinking that.
The way that he
77.
when he looks into the camera when he's doing the C, like I feel like he's staring into my soul, and like I feel like I can't look away. Like it's like a fucking trance that I get put in. Like, does anyone watch Dragon Ball Z? You know how Mr. Ginyu does the switch body and then you can't move? You're like
Yes, I
looking
know this
directly at him
reference.
as
I
he's
don't
taking
watch
your
that anime, but I actually know the reference. Yeah,
That's what I feel like he's doing. Like he's looking to the camera and you're like stunned and you have to watch him do the C move. Like, is he casting a spell? There's something going on here that I have to get to the bottom of. Can we figure out who this person is, by the way? We got to have some internet sleuths find this person.
It's Backpack Kid. He really fell far from
the light of God.
And when I say find him, I mean don't like dig up personal shit. I'm just curious. Like, does he have a YouTube channel?
Are there
I want
other
to see more
dances?
dance moves.
Mike wants to know. Yeah, is there more dance?
I feel like he's the modern day Napoleon Dynamite, and I'm really feeling it.
He looks like one of the what was it called? Which Degrassi cast am I thinking of? He looks like someone from Degrassi, the Degrassi that was on TV when I was a kid. What was
Drake?
the guy's name? Hold on. No,
Drake's
not
the only person
Drake.
I know in Degrassi. I don't know any of the rest.
Marco. He looks like Marco from Degrassi. Does anyone remember Marco from Degrassi?
Adamo Marco. A little bit, I guess. Like, kind of. Maybe.
I've never seen.
I mean,
Degrassi, so I
come
can't tell
on,
you.
come on. Hold on. Let me find a picture. I can't find one.
Really? I found them pretty fast.
Oh, excuse you. I guess I'm not looking.
Google image is very easy to use.
Did you pull it up?
All right. I gotta access the tab.
That's the suave groiper. Mega said. Anyone who was watching Majority Report earlier today, Brandon was talking. I forgot what he was talking about, but he was making up like these fake like far right like user names, and the one he came off with off the cuff was just like the suave groiper. The suave groiper. And that's very funny. That does look like someone who would be the suave groiper.
I can see that. Probably exists.
The suave groiper. Are you pulling up Marco from Degrassi, Lance? What's going on here?
What's happening? You need to take the link if you want it. That's you're in the chat already.
Oh.
Isn't that what's his name? Here, I'll
That's not the picture. There was a time in the show where he looked like the guy dancing in the thing. I'm gonna find it.
Isn't that Joey Jeremiah?
Is that Matt Bender
I don't know
when he was
who
younger?
I don't know who plays him. Oh, here we go. I think I found.
He kind of looks like a tweaked out version of Shaggy from Scooby Doo. Damn, he's still. I gotta.
Oh,
Can we play this
Shaggy
again
dirt.
while we're looking for that? So good.
What's happening? What are we doing? What's quiet?
Oh, this
conversation. I have no idea what's going on.
Let's move on. What do you want to talk about now?
Why don't we just go ahead and watch this for the rest of the stream? We'll just leave this up while we read super chats.
Yes, do super chats now because I have none.
What
So,
what is that?
I just
What
read
is
my
none? What
messages.
is what is this that he's what is this? What is that
It's
he's
the
doing?
The
Damn,
C
he really
and then
gets
it-
into it
time.
there.
For
And then it goes back to-
Canada?
Oh shit!
Yeah. Oh, that could maybe explain, or maybe PPC. Maybe he's doing like a PPC dance.
Oh, maybe he's doing the PP.
I agree. It's the crab. It's everyone who said it's the crab. I agree. That's the closest thing you could.
I just like how
Yeah.
it's how it pans
Oh,
to the
somebody
leader
says-
of the party.
Somebody says, actually, let me just put up gang signs. It's possible. Maybe he's in a gang.
Could be. We have those
In America, you get arrested for that, so he should be careful.
I only have a
signs like
couple.
that.
I know you guys got a lot. Should I just read mine? I just saw
Sure.
them.
Yeah, go ahead,
So-
Lance. Yeah.
And they're mostly from your old supporters. I think they wanted me to start talking about this issue. Nintendo Gaming Channel says YouTuber Vitaly Zodorevsky is facing 20 years. Nintendo Gaming Channel also says nuisance streamers Kick and Rumble are banned worldwide. Nintendo Gaming Channel says, upon Mass Effect 1 hate by Fox News, Mass Effect 2 Jack is originally pansexual, but non-straight romances were cut because of Fox News. I think they, in the Mass Effect series, if I'm not wrong, they left those in, right? Like in Mass Effect, you
They
can choose
did.
to be in relationships if you want to. It's power to the player, baby. It's just like that new
Mhm.
Assassin's Creed. Be gay if you want, or straight if you want. It's pretty awesome. Notoriously Bratty, do anything special for the Canadian election? Any of y'all who are watching right now are welcome to join, but I was going to do a Canadian election special. I got Faye Johnstone, Steve Boots, and some other big Canadian YouTubers who are going to join, but y'all are also welcome to join if you want.
When is it?
It's April 28th, I believe, is the election
April
date.
28th.
I might hop in for a gander.
What date is that? April 28th.
It's on a Monday.
Monday.
I believe it's a Monday or Tuesday. I think it's a Monday. Though.
I'll try to tune in, but Mondays are usually pretty busy for me. But hopefully
April
it goes well.
28th. Maybe I will. Maybe I will jump on.
Or April 22nd. Hold on.
Do I have to know anything?
It's April 28th, 2025.
Do I have to know anything about Canada to join?
Just talk about this guy the whole time. You'll be fine. You can
Yeah.
ride.
I'm
How about
obsessed
we just
with
get you
this
to
video.
reenact the dance live during the stream?
Oh, I would do
Yeah.
Do that.
Just like that. Perfect.
You got to get the
Charlie Jr., thank you very much for becoming a member. New anti-aging coffee with our active ingredient, microplastics. Looney Tunes 9000. Thank you for the $4.99. And his ad reads for expensive coffees now. Jimmy Dore gets drunk as hell every day. It's true. And thank you to Faye Molly and Pinball Witch for subscribing. Take it away, whoever is next. That's the extent.
I got no chats. I am out. I didn't stream on the main page today, so
okay.
Bye. But
All right,
see you
David.
all
Always a
next
pleasure when you
time.
join us. So happy
care,
to see
David.
you join us on a Thursday night. I guess we'll see you in about 3 weeks.
Hey, I might be here next week. You never know.
All right, take care.
All right. Do you want me to go first? Or do you want to go first?
It doesn't matter. You want to go first this time? I think I went first last time.
Sure.
Don't
John
forget to
Lithium.
unstar the things you read. Don't forget to unstar the things
I
you read.
will. I will. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted, John Lithium. Appreciate that. Very, very kind. You always send in gifted subs. Thank you so much. I'm going to take this off because now it's distracting me from reading. Okay. Thank you for becoming a member, Tin Man. Same with Tokyo Hans. Appreciate you being a member. Okay, let's see here. Nintendo Gaming Channel says before Trump, Switch would be $329.99 USD. Yeah, so I don't think that they factored in tariffs to the price. So I don't know. But we know that the cost won't be lower because of him. Chris says, "Hey Mike, just trying to spread the donos around. Keep up the fantastic work." Thank you so much, Chris. Very generous of you. Bay Photo says April 2nd was Liberation Day, just the rest of the world being liberated from American global hegemony, not the way Trump thinks. Yeah, exactly. Did you all see Chuck Schumer's tweet? He's like, actually, April 9th will be known as Liberation Day, the day when Trump delivered us from these tariffs or something like that. Very, very
He's
bird
such a
brain take
loser.
from Chuck Schumer.
He's
Yeah.
such a loser.
He's
Why
embarrassing.
even connect Trump to the word to a Liberation Day at all? So stupid.
Genius, right? Crazy World, thank you for becoming a member. Marley says, I just remembered Gallivant's A Happy Ending for Us and felt the need to share. It's truly a timeless concept. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's see here. IB Revolution, no message. Thank you for the chat. Nintendo Gaming Channel says only racist, sexist, child abuser, xenophobe, Islamophobe, bigot, toxic people, problematic, internalized racist, vote Republican. Can't disagree with that.
I was wondering if they were going somewhere. I wonder if there was going to be a swerve at the end there. Like I thought they were going to do a gotcha on us or something.
Revolution says, why aren't we talking about Trump's mentor, Roy Cohn? You'll understand where he gets his ideas. I'll look into that. I'm not super familiar with that, but thanks for the recommendation. Cosmere says, my theory about the Trump supporter whose wife was detained, they said that what they felt, they had to keep her safe, whether they believed it or not. I hope so. I hope that's the case. Something tells me maybe not. Henry says, will Trump listen to the Supreme Court ruling 9-0? Yeah, by the way, that happened today where they said that he has to return Kilmar Abrigo. That is the Salvadorian immigrant that was sent to Sikot. I don't know if he's going to listen. This is really the true test. But 9-0.
I'm pretty sure it was a 9-0, yeah. That's
if he doesn't listen to
normal.
9-0 Supreme Court ruling, then that's something. So stay tuned. We'll find out, right?
He's going to come up like all 9 of the liberal justices on the Supreme Court are subverting.
Let's see. Dusty Partition, thanks for being a member for a month. Oh, I accidentally unstart that. Sorry. Donald James, thank you for being a member. 21 months. And then we have Dusty Partition with a $5 chat. Says, we tried it your way and it's broken. It's over. The people have spoken. The desperate won't stay desperate forever. Guillotine straight from the path. Thanks for sharing. Let's see here. The next one is from Sam. Nice to see you, Sam. Thoughts on upcoming vampire horror movie Sinners, starring Michael B. Jordan and by the director of the Black Panther movies, Ryan Coogler. I'm hyped. This is the first time I'm hearing about it, but if it's a vampire movie, I'm down because I like horror movies and vampire movies. So I'll check it out.
I too am hyped.
Probably not in theaters. I'll watch it when it comes to streaming, unless it looks super good. I haven't seen anything about it. I rarely go to the movies, but yeah, I'm down to watch a vampire flick. Andrew says, you wouldn't believe how many times I've had to convince one of my cisgender male friends they can't beat Angel Reese one-on-one. Isn't it crazy? Like, the ego of some of these dudes who talk about, the biological advantage. Like, they don't believe that female athletes are actually very good at what they do. It's not just transphobia, it's also misogyny baked in as well. But yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy as hell. Delusional. Donkey
It's like
Face,
you gotta
thanks for
respect.
becoming a
You
member.
have to respect the integrity of women's sports, and then on the other side of them out there saying, "Oh, women's sports is absolutely sucks. They can't play. No one watches it. No
Yeah.
one cares about women's sports."
The contradiction is wild. Looney Tunes also with a chat about the SCOTUS decision. Breaking: SCOTUS has ordered Trump to return the mistakenly deported man back to the U.S. from El Salvador. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that.
I don't think they're gonna listen, and then we're gonna have the
I
real
don't think they
test
are
of
either.
what do you
We'll see.
what do you do? Yeah, what do you do? What?
Nobody has ever been released from Sakat before, so this would be the first person that there's ever been a record of getting out of that hellhole. So this is going to be really interesting because they've talked about how they don't have jurisdiction. I can't remember where they said this, but somebody from the Trump administration says that since they're not in their jurisdiction, that there's basically nothing that they can do. So we'll see. Nick says, what's more disgusting and cowardly, this guy or all the other billionaires who quietly fled to the Republicans after Trump's win? I think that this guy's more disgusting. The guy we were talking about, I can't remember his name, but because the other billionaires at least have the awareness to shut the fuck up and be quiet. But for the ones that like flaunt their wealth, oh, hi Chico, in our faces, I feel like that's so much more egregious. I'd rather the billionaires do what they did. I'd rather we not have billionaires altogether, but I'd rather we go back to a time where billionaires weren't doing what Elon Musk is doing, because it's so much more worse than it was before.
Man, sometimes I just wish I was a dog. I just wish I was a dog. Sometimes look how comfy
They've
that
got
dog
a
looks.
vest. I know.
Just hanging out in his little circle, his little wraparound body circle in that bed, and he's just chilling. Probably doesn't have a thought in that brain of his. Just the
Living
world
his best
is
life
just,
ever.
The world is his oyster. There's no. The only thing he's worried about is, oh, I hope Lance feeds me soon. I'm getting hungry. Or, oh, I hope Lance takes me out. Oh, I hope Lance takes me out soon. I gotta take a poop.
More that one.
It's the only thing you ever got to worry about. Yeah. Cold Dog in the chat says Matt wants to be Lance's pet. I didn't say I want to be specifically that dog.
180K Chance says John Oliver's segment on trans athletes was good. Yeah, that was great, and it was 40 minutes long. Really nice that he did the deep dive. He also addressed the attack that J.K. Rowling lobbed at him. It was good. Sam says thought of Slotkin criticizing Bernie and AOC rally. I don't remember
What?
exactly what she said.
Did she say something?
I feel like I heard something about this, but I do not know what she said. But it wouldn't surprise me because Slotkin is a corporate Democrat, so she's not going to be in line with, what progressives want. I don't know what she said though, to be honest. What Up America sends a $10 chat. Thank you so much. Says leftists are purposefully disempowered in the name of U.S. Capitol owners, McCarthy, Jerry Ford, etc. What do we have to promote democratic socialism effectively? Love you, peeps. So thank you so much. It's hard. It's a really hard question because people absolutely revolt at the word socialism, even if you if you talk about socialism and you don't use the word socialism, Americans love it. The second you invoke the word socialism, they recoil. So I think that the way to promote socialism is to kind of hide your power level, as Hassan would put it, right? Like, don't talk about socialism.
About Finland. Just bring up what like Finland reduced or eliminated homelessness. How did they do that? Democratic socialist policies with the Housing First initiative. They have dramatically better rates. Why do all the Nordic countries typically rank in the top 10 happiest nations on earth? And it's usually because they have incredibly robust welfare states. And part of those welfare states are that you effectively, I knew a guy in Denmark, he went to university. All the universities are free, which will lead you to having more people who go to university. And while you're a student in university, the government pays you. It subsidizes your housing and you get a stipend every month. I was like, what the fuck? That sounds incredible. Like, it's one thing to have free public healthcare. It's one thing to have all these things to you, but like the fact that you can go to university and then you also get money to live while you're going to school I was mind blown by that. I was like, that is so far beyond anything we have in Canada or let alone the United States. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, no, and if you bring up things like that or you familiarize it and you talk about Social Security, people love Social Security. Programs like that. If you talk about like democracy in the workplace and explain, hey, we vote to choose our political leaders, so why don't we get a say with the companies that we work for? Why don't we get a vote on them closing factories or laying off jobs? If you bring it up that way, I think it'll be more compelling. Like, you don't have to deceive people. You can explain it to them and then say this is basically, a social democracy. Or you could criticize capitalism. But I think that if you try to meet people where they are and don't just like jump scare them with the word socialism, it's much more effective. Because in my own experience, people who are open to like more left-leaning positions, they don't necessarily know, especially older people who kind of like grew up during the Cold War. They have this like McCarthyist streak in their DNA, it feels like. You really have to work on them. So I think that if you introduce them to socialism by like dipping their toes in and explaining it gradually and familiarizing it, you'll have a lot more success. But it just depends on the person, really. That's my approach, is to just kind of like criticize capitalism, prime people to think about socialism, maybe talk about socialist policies without invoking socialism, just so that way you plant the seeds and allow them to kind of do a little bit of digging or soul searching themselves. Let's see here. Archangel with a $20 chat. Thank you so much, Archangel. Very, very kind.
Just like Starbucks was planting seeds in their coffee. You gotta plant the seed of socialism.
Still,
you're so proud of that
one. Mike, how easy is it to get into streaming? I won't be a political channel, may do a little, but I've seen enough reaction streams that could be doable. I still work, but let me know and give me any advice you have. Well, I think that Lance and Matt are more streamers than I am. I'm more of a video producer. I just stream on Leftist Mafia, but I think that like the advice that I always have is to just do it. There's really no right or wrong way to do it. You don't have to have a fancy studio. You don't have to be super prepared. As long as you're having fun and people enjoy what you're doing and saying, and you're entertaining, and you have insightful things to say, you can be successful if you plug away at it and you grind for years and years and years and years. It's a long labor of love. All of us who start with no eyeballs watching. So it's tough to, go ahead.
Also, good advice if you're looking to get into amateur pornography.
I mean, that might be easier than streaming, like career-wise.
It's not. Yeah,
Although I have no idea.
Models and sex workers, it's like just the exact same grind as everything else, and it's so like they get the same kind of algorithmic brains that we do, but their content is obviously sexual in nature. But then, like, imagine having to associate that, like, your own sexuality and your performances directly with every time you upload a video, thinking, "Wow, that one got less views than the last one. What did I do wrong?" And then the stuff that does for your own self confidence and your own, like, it's like it sounds fucking hard. It's like.
And I feel like it would probably destroy your sex life to an extent where it's like, man, I should be filming this. Like, it kind of sucks the joy out of it. It's like one of those things where you get a job you love, then you kind of lose your love for whatever it is that you're doing, just because it's your job. And even though you can love what you do, a job is a job. So yeah, it's hard. It's like trying to hit a moving target, right? We all, even if you make it and this becomes your job, there's no guaranteed long-term success. It's always just plugging away nonstop. So it's a grind. But I mean, if you just want to do it and have fun, I'd say like just start. A lot of people have this idea that they have to be like super polished and professional. Just turn on the camera, turn on your phone, and just start. See if you like it. If not, then
I, being that you're just starting, I would definitely recommend getting a microphone. Obviously, that's probably the thing you need. Don't worry about camera quality so much. Just make sure you have a mic, because people are used to watching all sorts of different video. Video can be stylized too. Like it could it could be a style reason why a video looks a certain way. But if people can't listen to you and enjoy that, like bad audio is just bad audio. There's no stylization behind bad audio.
You can get cheap mics that are pretty good though these days.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even saying buy expensive mic. Just make sure you have a mic that's meant, like, don't use your AirPod, mic, or
that's gonna be hard to listen to.
Yeah. You do need a microphone. It could be like a USB microphone that's like $50 online. Yeah.
Yeah. If you spend $50 on a microphone, you'll be set for years. Okay, let's see. The next one here is from Rolando. Rolando says, when David Pakman asked Pastor Manning what his sermons are like, Manning misunderstood his question as being, how does the semen taste like? Are you serious? Oh my God, I did not see that. I remember watching David Pakman's interview at the time, but I don't remember much of it. I remember the TYT one just because Cenk basically got him to admit that he is attracted to men. That's funny.
Wait, hold on, now I really want to see
Rachel,
this.
that's hilarious. Rachel says, who's more closeted, Pastor Manning or Jesse Lee P? I'd say Pastor Manning, because based on like what he says, he never actually acted on it, and he's honest about the fact that he was attracted to men but never did. Whereas Jesse Lee Peterson, he like is reportedly and allegedly fucking a bunch of dudes, but refuses to admit it. Whenever he's called out about it, he like goes silent or disconnects. So I'd say that Jesse's more closeted. Let's see. Jeremiah says, this ain't prison, this is a splatterhouse. Troy Clark sends in $20, no message. Troy, thank you so much. That is so kind. Really appreciate that. Greg Wright says, resisting the devil's sweet cream is a full-time job. You bet. You bet. Sir Gerbil says, old school Majority Report covered Pastor Manning talking about Obama being a vampire in an interview with Alex Jones. Oh, I'd love to see the interview between him and Alex Jones. That'd be wild. Tara says, I'm shocked the Supreme Court voted 9-0 to uphold the court order requiring Trump to bring back Kilmore Armando. That is genuinely shocking. 9-0 Supreme Court decision is wild to me.
I found it. Hold on. Play this at 18 minutes.
Hang on. Okay.
Sorry.
18 minutes?
Yeah.
Let's see. Out of the chapters, Starbucks, the gay lifestyle, anti-gay activists. 18 minutes, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
By other men, and has also been doused in semen of other men while he lie in a casket. Other men have masturbated in his face.
Sounds like quite an evening. Hey, just out of curiosity, how many people go to your church for a typical sermon?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
How many people attend a typical sermon at your church?
Why do you want to know that?
I'm just curious what the scene is like up there.
What the semen is like?
No. What the scene is like. What's it like to attend?
Oh, it's an extraordinary scene. I'd invite you to come. One of the most extraordinary experiences that anybody can ever have at any time.
That's amazing.
Do you say semen? Again.
What the semen is
Got
like?
a semen on the brain. Oh, God.
Yeah, you can't take his mind off of it.
Other men have.
How many people attend a typical sermon at your church?
Why do you want to know that?
I'm just curious what the scene is like up there.
What the semen is like?
No. What the scene is like. What's it like to attend?
Oh, it's extraordinary.
Wow. Pastor Manning, get your mind out of the gutter, my God. Wow, this guy is like the best lolcow ever. Matt's still listening.
What the semen is like? I do wonder if he also thought the first question was semen too, because he goes, "Why do you want to know that?" to a very simple, "What is your typical sermon like?" Did he think he asked, "What is your typical semen like?" Because his answer was, "Why do you want to know that?" That's not a question to be outraged at.
Right. Wow.
What the
Wow.
semen is like?
Fucking weirdo. Okay, I've got a few more here. Autistic Goblin says, Mike, did you open a Roth IRA yet? Better get on it. I have not yet. This last couple of weeks have been absolutely insane for me. I do plan to get on it after you all lit the spark under my ass, and I will update you and let you know when I do. But thank you for the reminder. Thank you for being a member, MH. Tara says, thoughts on the SAVE Act passing the House? How badly is this going to disenfranchise voters like married women and those who can't afford dogs? Well, if this passes the Senate, then we're definitely screwed. There's a chance that it does. But to my understanding, this will require nationwide voter ID and the passport or the ID, or no, I'm sorry, it's birth certificate. It's been a while since I've talked about this. And the problem is that if the birth certificate has a name that doesn't match your current name, you're disenfranchised. This would apply to married women or any married person who took on the name of their spouse. This would apply to trans people, presumably. Anybody who changed their name, it would potentially disenfranchise them. So it would be bad. I genuinely don't know how this would even be constitutional. So I'm hoping that if it does pass, a lower court would block it and stop it from being implemented. We'll have to wait and see, though, because if millions of women end up getting disenfranchised simply because they are married, I mean, that would be insane. I mean, it's not out of the question. They took away reproductive rights from women. But, I mean, if something like that were to happen, it'd be absolutely a huge scandal. So we'll see. The fact that so many women are already fired up about this and asking this question at town halls, it's a good indicator that, like, there's some grassroots opposition to it already, and it's not going to be one of those things that like catches people off guard. So we'll have to wait and see, but I hope that this doesn't pass because it could be a disaster. Sean says, the Humanist Report, that is degrading to Shaggy and Scooby. We all know Shaggy is a better dancer. That's true. Talking about me comparing the Canadian guy to Shaggy, like a tweaker version of Shaggy. ABS says, when's the next Zoom meeting? Also, oh, my voice cracked. Embarrassing. Sorry. When's the next Zoom meeting? I'm tired. Also, have you heard they're looking to privatize the deportation process? So the next Zoom meeting is tomorrow. Usually it is the first Friday of every month, but it's been the second Friday because I've had dentist appointments on Fridays, and I didn't want to do a Zoom call with half my mouth numb. But I've seen different articles about private prison facilities trying to cash in on Trump's deportation shit. So, yeah, I've heard a bit about this. Tyler, thanks for being a member for 27 months. Andrew S., thank you for being a member for 21 months. And last but not least for me, we have a message from Sunbear, who says, thank you guys for the Pastor Manning TYT segment tonight. I laughed till my stomach hurt much. Hey, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. It was a nice walk down memory lane for me as well. That was one of my faves. Without further ado, Matt, take it away.
Sounds good. Would you be able to pull them up for me while I go down my list?
Sure.
All right. Chris, a.k.a. Cult of Personality Birch, with a membership super chat, member for 2 months. Love you guys. You all make my Thursday nights. Why, thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate
so
that.
Nice.
Nintendo Gaming, with a super chat. All of the MAGA cult members Nintendo Gaming Channel, I should say, excuse me. All of MAGA cult members are well documented of crocodile tears. This is a phrase used to describe a false display of emotion. Let's go to Chris, aka Cult of Personality Birch again with a super chat. What was that, Lance?
Oh, I was just saying, I agree. A lot of the right use crocodile tears and try to weaponize them.
Yes,
100%. Yeah,
absolutely. Binder, this is Stone Cold from last night. I wanted to tell you the conversation made my day. Respect and love, my brother. Oh, thank you, Chris. Yeah, I had a Stone Cold Steve Austin impersonator call into the stream last night. And it was
nice.
Chris, I guess. Thank you, Chris. Tokyo Hans, member for 21 months, super chat. Scott Besant reminds me of Will Ferrell's impression of Harry Carey on SNL, especially on exchanging the dollar to a hot dog economy. I don't remember. I have to go back and watch that Will Ferrell impression. I don't remember it. Let's go to the next super chat. Wanda M with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Wanda. Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears will face former Rep. Abigail Spanberger in Virginia governor race. No primary. Winsome is a black female Republican and Abigail a Dem. Virginia will have a woman governor November 2025. Interesting. If I recall, is Abigail, maybe I'm thinking of someone else, but Abigail Spanberger ain't so great.
She's a centrist Democrat. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't think maybe she's the one I'm thinking of. I don't know. Yeah, she's a former intelligence officer. I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of CIA people and FBI people getting into public service politics, like becoming elected representatives. Do I want her to beat the Republican? Sure. Am I going to do one single thing to no. I mean, I'm not. I just don't like that.
More like Abigail Spanberger. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Wanda, as someone who, being that you live in Virginia, you're going to go out and vote, and your choice is between the Republican and the Democrat. I totally get it. So you vote for the Democrat. I would do the same, but you won't see me like advocating for her. If I lived in Virginia, I would vote. I would go out to vote that day. Pay more attention to down ballot races. But then would I throw her my vote? Sure, if I felt like it would do something, if she needed it. But I'm not gonna go tell people to vote for her. S. Cowlchuck with a super chat. Wave upon wave of the demented Avengers march cheerfully out of obscurity into the dream. I don't even know what you're referring to. Wanda M with a membership super chat, member for 21 months. Just in, SCOTUS says Maryland man must be brought back home. I saw that. It's not that forceful though. What is the exact wording? I was looking at it before. It's enough that the White House is not worried about it, unfortunately. The Trump administration must facilitate return of man mistakenly deported to El Salvador with no timetable, no deadline. They must facilitate. What does that mean? Trump calls up Bukele and says, "Hey, can you find that guy even in the prison? And help facilitate. I'm trying to facilitate his return. Can you find him? No, boss, can't find him. Oh, well, I tried. I mean, unfortunately, that's what it sounds like they could do. You know, it needs to be more forceful than that. We'll see though. Tokyo Hans with a super chat. My sister married a Peruvian, a huge Trump supporter. There is something about the country. Well, not true. I mean, I will say this. Peru is definitely, as a country, is not as left as its neighbors.
I was there. They were having a lot of open protests for the machismo crisis that was happening, which included, I think, like a lot of violence towards women. But I mean, that's in a lot of countries.
I mean, this is the country that elected Fujimori. I mean, this is, they to be fair, and I think I even did an episode of Doomed with a professor who specialized in Peruvian history about the what's the name of the leftist guerrilla group that was in Peru? Is it Golden Dawn or something? No, hold on. Shining Path. That was the group in Peru. They were pretty violent, bad group that had like communist politics, and they did some pretty terrible things, and that's what ushered in like Fujimori. So there's some history there, I think, of why that is. But Peru, unfortunately, is not as left leaning as some of their neighbors. Most of their neighbors. Let's go to Donald James with a super chat. Member for 21 months. Here's to another 21 months. Cheers. Thank you so much, Donald James. Chris, again, on the bright side, with these prices, MAGA will only be able to rent the libs. That's pretty good.
That is good. I like that.
That's a good one. We're gonna start using that. We're gonna start. Yeah, it's very rare. I hear something.
Own you. I'm gonna rent you.
That's something very rare. You hear something that creative and like almost obvious. Not like downplaying what you said, but like something that good that's right in front of us every day and no one thought of that, unless you saw someone say it, Chris, and you're trying to claim it for yourself. But that is really good. Tokyo Hans with another super chat. Who walks out on a movie, sneak into another one? Well, maybe that guy did. Geeks and Gamers, right? Tokyo Hans with another super chat. I can't believe this guy thinks that giving money to people makes them pay attention to your words. The gall. I mean, that is how it works in a lot of things, but that's not how politics should work for your elected representatives and the White House. FT Jan with a $10 super chat. Thank you, FT. Matt, may I suggest Jay Aubrey's video on Vince McMahon? Oh, well, hold on. Let me look this up. Oh, it just went up. The Evils of Vince McMahon, the story of a WWE Predator. I will have to... Excuse me. Oh, my God. I will have to watch this. Thank you. Something to put on the old watch list. Adam M. with a $5 super chat. Why does the right get aroused by sus, shady, charlatan people? Jet pastor, fat guy that's not fat anymore, strap-on book reader, etc. Honestly, I don't even know who you're referring to in any of those three examples. Do you?
Yes. No, I have no idea. Jet pastor.
Jet pastor at least makes sense. I'm assuming it's a pastor, like without knowing the specific case, it sounds like a pastor that flies on a private jet, which yes, is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But fat guy that's not fat anymore. I don't know what you're referring to
Alex
there.
Jones, maybe?
Maybe. And strap-on book reader? Who's
That one I have
that?
no idea. I don't know. Somebody wearing a strap on and reading a book?
Yeah, I don't know. The Tungsten Wire with a super chat. I sell Israel flags and donate all the money to Gaza. Do you really?
That's funny. So.
Looney Tunes 9000 with a super chat. If you did your streams on Tuesday, I'd call in. Maybe I'll move my streams to Tuesday if I can, because Wednesday, as I was saying yesterday, is getting hard for me to continue to do due to all of my son's activities that I have to take him to. Tokyo Hans with another super chat. The pastor just keeps self-owning like RFK Jr. Are you talking about the Starbucks guy? It is incredible. It is truly like it's Cold Dog, member for 20 months, super chat. Those dancers are like IRL Trailer Park Boys. They did look like those, yes. Aubrey with a
like
$10
Trevor.
super. What was that?
Looks like the character Trevor.
Oh, right. Aubrey with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Aubrey. Help, I've fallen down the ML rabbit hole and I can't reason my way out of it. Rose J. Neeson with a super chat. Did you see Howard Lutnick explain that the reason they put tariffs on those penguins is that China sometimes goes through trade proxies? I did not see that. That is hilarious. I mean, yes, there are companies that do that. Apple openly said they were doing that, but Apple was going to move supply from China, where they produce goods, where they manufacture goods, to India, where they manufacture goods, and there's a cheaper tariff. They don't just send boxes of iPhones to an uninhabited island that's cold and damp and just penguins are the only things living there. That's hilarious. No one is going through an island with nothing on it. That's in the middle of nowhere too. It's not even convenient. It would probably cost them more than the tariffs to send the things there and then ship them elsewhere. It's part of Australia, those islands, and it's from what I was reading, it's like a 2 or 3 day boat trip from Australia, from the mainland Australia. Yeah, it's between Antarctica and Australia, in the middle of nowhere, where there's no other bodies of land. Lars with a $10 super chat. Question. Is it reasonable to criticize Ethan Klein's crew for not speaking up, correcting him when he says things like the IDF is justified in bombing hospitals because Hamas has bases in them? I mean, I would. I mean, listen, but I also came from a show, The Majority Report, where you can speak your mind and disagree with Sam and not worry about your job. You can openly criticize Sam. You can make jokes about Sam to his face and behind his back, and he's not gonna have any issue with it. I don't know what kind of ship Ethan Klein runs, but also I would not be able to work on a show that said things like that. And listen, I'm not saying you can't. I would be on a show where I disagree with people, but as something as but that's a line. Listen, I could even be I could even be on a show, work on a show where someone is pro-Israel but criticizes Israel when they do things like that. But that is not There's no justification, Bob.
Did he actually say this? If he actually said this, that's crazy. He's fallen so far.
Right.
My God. I haven't kept up with a lot of the stuff that he's doing, but if he said this, wow.
Did y'all see that Ethan tried to post a clip of Sam Cedar supposedly saying the N-word, but all he was saying was the word moniker, and then they were just basically like his pronunciation sounded like the N-word, and they were trying to accuse him of doing that. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, first off, Ethan has like full on, like, there's like 5 to 6 minute long like compilation clips of him saying the hard R. So like, yeah, you should be so rich, but this is high school tier. You're taking like, sounds like a sound, like how we used to say fuck sounded like fuck, and fuck, it was like seal in French. Like, it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you doing this like little kid shit?
Going after Sam Cedar now, like.
Wait, why is he going after Sam? What happened? I missed this.
I don't know why he was choosing to do this to Sam Cedar. I thought it was like, why? Like, this is something that I would expect him to do to like some weird reactionary or something. But like, he just took a clip of Sam Cedar, saying that word and then saying like he had said the N-word accidentally. I was like, no, he didn't. It's clear. You can hear him in the thing. He's not that either way. Okay, cool.
It just makes no sense. Like, why? Like, I don't know if he has an issue with Sam. But for him to do that's extremely fucking bad faith. Like, I don't know. I've kind of like tuned out to the Ethan stuff because I can't take it. It's very depressing. Yeah. Used to be a listener of the podcast. Can't stand it right now. Can't stand him in particular, and Hila.
I never watched. Because it seems like something that was not up my alley. I don't care about influencer shows and stuff like that. And then I was vaguely interested when he invited Sam on for the Steven Crowder thing. I thought that was cool. And then I saw he was doing a show with Hassan, and I thought, oh, maybe I'm all for people coming around, but I don't know what happened. I don't know enough about him for that. Why he became obsessed with hating on Hassan, and I don't get it. I don't get how you could personally know somebody like that and then like turn on them in that way.
Yeah, it's weird to like host a show with somebody like that and go that hard.
And I would understand if Hassan was a changed person. Like if Hassan was the one that did a 180, like, then fuck that guy.
I used to know him. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but like for the guy to be the same person you were on the show with, unchanged, and then like you just hate him out of the blue for having the same opinions he had when you were doing the show with him is very bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Straight dudes in platonic friendships can have really bad breakups, and men can be, just like, how they always accuse women of being like, oh yeah, she's crazy, like, oh, she's obsessed. I was like, dudes do the exact same thing. Clearly there are guys who go through bad breakups and they can believe platonic friend breakups and they become obsessed with them, and then it just becomes like everyone else. I'm sure his friends are like, let it go. Like, this is a one-sided weird thing, but here you have it.
Yeah. It's bizarre.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Let's go to where was I? Mr. Braindead with a super chat. 9-0 decision. Imagine being so evil that Clarence Thomas said, nah, bring him back for Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Things are that fucked up, just saying. Yeah. Connor Miles with a $10 super chat. We need to start demanding swift prosecutions now, especially Norton, Miller, et al. The sooner we move the Overton window, the better. Yeah, when the Democrats are back in power, if they think they're going back to respectability politics as usual, get the fuck out of here. I want people fucking criminally charged. I want whoever was responsible for anyone being sent somewhere where they weren't supposed to be sent criminally fucking charged for kidnapping and any other pain and whatever they caused these people. I want fucking money doled out to these people as reparations for what they went through. I want fucking anyone who did anything. I want investigations on insider trading, bribery, blackmail, stolen data with Doge and Elon Musk, anything like that, every single one of these people should be investigated and criminally and civilly charged, and the U.S. government should pay for all of it for the people who are harmed.
Yeah.
And they should give me $1 million.
That's going to happen, but it needs to happen. Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Andrew S. Became a member for 21 months. Oh no, this is just a free membership, I think, or did they renew their membership? I can't tell.
I'm
what
not
that
sure
is,
why
but
these
thank
pop
you,
up.
Andrew S.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. John Jeffrey with a super chat. It's all the boys today. It is. No, why didn't I know Rebecca said she was busy with work. I think with that, but why didn't Ariana join us today?
She's moving.
Oh no,
right?
she went to the rally also in DC, so she's traveling.
Right.
About Medicare.
Right.
Doing the praxis
Oh, she's
while we're sitting at home.
I forgot she's moving to New York. Right. We really should do a live show. We should do a regular live show. We should do like a monthly live show. And we'll beam you guys in. You'll be on the screen. We'll do a live Leftist Mafia with 2 of us live and 3 of you, 4 of you on the screen.
I do want to do it too. Yeah, got to be in Canada though.
Oh yeah, you don't want to come.
I don't
here
think
anymore,
either
right,
of us should cross the border though.
Well, also just seen that new thing that came out today where it's like if you've ever expressed anti-Palestinian sentiment on social media, you may have to like disclose your cell phone if you're crossing as a Canadian into America. I was like, I'm fucked. I was like, did they look me up and look up anything I posted? I've been very clear that I'm anti-colonization. So
yeah, I don't think it's safe for Canadians to cross over, and it's not safe for Americans to cross back, I think, because they can do a cell phone search for anyone, and at any time. We're all recognizable people. They can
I would
look at our
recommend
names and look us up.
I would recommend if you're traveling overseas that you switch your iPhone from facial recognition to the inputting the password. Because they can't force you to put the password in, but they can take your phone and hold it up to your face.
They can actually. So there's a Supreme Court decision that says that they actually don't need a warrant to search your phone at an airport. It's illegal to do it anywhere else, but an airport is basically
they have to get
equivalent
into
of a
your
border.
phone. They can't force you to log into the phone though. I'm like pretty sure that's the case.
That's true, but the problem is that then they can try to take you back to question you, accuse you of not cooperating. Honestly, the best case scenario, if you're traveling, get a burner phone, or don't take your phone if you can do that. I know that's hard to do, but like they're gonna want to look through your shit. It's not a guarantee, but like phone searches are up. They've been increasing every single year, but there's gonna be a lot. So just like prepare for that. They're gonna look at your social media activity. They're gonna want to know what you've been saying.
Oh, people are saying like, can't they force the manufacturer to access it? Well, Apple doesn't do that. Apple will not. Apple's been pretty good about this, actually. They make it very hard for anyone, even the authorities, to crack open your phone. In fact, the U.S. government's had to sue them for very specific cases. There is like a software or hardware that like these like. In fact, the one that makes it is an Israeli company, I believe, a cybersecurity firm that made like a iPhone cracking like thing. But even that is a for very specific high profile cases. They're not taking your phone from the airport and doing that. When they check your phone at the airport, they do it right there in the room. They're not taking your phone. Like they're not confiscating it. So they don't have those machines on them.
Oh, nice.
When did Binder get this haircut? Says Ole. I just got it this past week. Do you not
I
like
need
it?
to get a haircut. Nice to see you, Ole.
Now everyone's super self-conscious. Oh, Limey's watching.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Let's go to the next super chat here. Always a pleasure when Ole comes into the chat, except when she's talking about my hair. No, I'm joking. If anyone could talk about my hair, it's Ole. Fred J. Walsh
She likes
with
it,
$10.
though.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
She approves.
it. Nice. Thank you so much. Fred J. Walsh with a $10 super chat. Be that Ole is in the room. Are the Webby Awards, can people still vote, or is that done? Because we were telling people to vote last week.
Oh, right. We were bullying people for you, Ole.
Is that still
Yeah,
going?
To the point where I was like, "Oh, we shouldn't say this out loud." And like to be like, "You should vote 5 times."
I will say that I voted and I told people to vote, and I think it's still.
Yeah, she said you can
voting
still
is
vote.
open April 17th. That's a week from today. Everyone,
go vote.
to the WebbyAwards.com.
Go and fucking vote.
Yeah.
Go to the WebbyAwards.com. Where's the category then? It's social
impact.
You could actually just go to Webby Awards and type in. It just starts showing it, right? If you start typing in.
It took me like 2 seconds.
Yeah. So everyone should. Here we go. I just found it. Social impact. Ooh, it's neck and neck. We could really make a difference here, people. First place is at 28%. Second place is at 27%. And Ole in third is at 26%. We are 1% away from second and 2% away from first. This is very doable. Very doable. Everyone go. Did we drop it in the chat yet?
Ole posted it in one of the chats.
Well, I'm going to post it in all of them. Here we go. Vote
Yeah.
for Olurnati. I'm putting the whole thing so people
I'm
can
gonna
know what
pin
to
it
look
in
for.
my chat.
Olurnati. Put exactly what people got to vote
We're
for.
close.
Here we go.
She
Let's
was
do
first
this.
yesterday, she said.
Oh, then that means we're talking about like
Someone else is frightened and is doing work.
But if they just knocked her out of first recently, then that means there's not many votes separating them. Like it's not like a week's worth of votes are separating them. Less than
It's
a
super
day's worth
close.
of votes are separating them. Yeah.
Yeah. You should come on Ole and chill next week. Next week I am available.
Yeah, next week's gonna be too late though, isn't it? Does it end like at the end of Thursday
No,
next
she's
week?
just saying you should come on her show.
Just for the fun of it.
It's an invitation. Yeah.
I thought
and
I didn't see her chat because I was looking at the Webby Award thing. I heard you say it, and I thought you were saying she would come on like here to but no, we should go on Ole's show. Yeah, when do you do it? When is it again? When do you?
I think she just kind of does it whenever you're available, if I'm understanding correctly. I usually say that I'm available on
Perfect.
Fridays, but I haven't been available these last 2 Fridays. But next week I should be clear, so that'd be fun as hell.
Sounds
Always
good.
down to
Hell
talk to
yeah.
Ole. Go vote for Ole, though, by the way, or we will ban you.
And remember, like if you got family members with as long as they have their own separate email address. If you have distant cousins,
You can vote as many times, basically, per email, right?
If you're a twin, a triplet, a quadruplet, an octuplet, I'm giving all the legit reasons why you might have access to multiple email addresses. If you have 1 kid, 2 kids, 14 kids, like Elon Musk, each one of them probably has their own email address.
Mm-hmm. Listen, if she doesn't win this award, we're gonna fucking burn shit down. We might cancel the Leftist Mafia. We will fucking raise hell. So if you do not give her this win, we will fucking eat you alive. Okay? Vote. And don't just vote once. Vote multiple fucking times. We are not fucking around with this, okay? We will punish you motherfuckers watching if you don't vote. Okay? This is the most important election of our lifetimes. Literally.
Let me give people a possible extra bonus here. Doesn't the Webby Awards do a live award show, right? So if Ole wins, that means she will be on stage giving a speech. And I'm assuming, being how important and integral this show is to her win, she would thank us by name on stage. Don't you all want to hear Ole thank us by name on stage? I'm assuming she wouldn't just say the Leftist Mafia. She would go through each of us, name by individual by individual. I'm assuming. It's my assumption. She just said it in the chat. We'll thank y'all by name. Yes.
They would take the award away from her.
Wow.
But that
you
gives
have to
you more
dedicate it to
incentive.
us.
Oh
I
my
want
god! So
dedication.
this is basically a win for all of us if Ole wins. So
Yes,
that gives you even
exactly.
more incentive.
We all
Okay. She actually
Humanity.
listen. She's not fucking around. She said she will do it if she wins. Folks,
There you go. See?
this is our
vote
moment.
twice.
See?
Vote. Just vote. Like if you haven't voted, what is wrong with you? Like it's so
I
easy.
gotta
Just
say-
do it. Stop being stupid.
I gotta say, we've been talking all week about how the right's been calling Donald Trump the master deal maker. I gotta say, art of the deal, Matt Binder right here got this signed in writing in a matter of minutes.
You did way better.
We need this. Okay, we need this. It's about all of us. We need this win for Ole. Do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, a win for Lime is a win for all of us. Everyone wins. It's a group thing.
Exactly. As
Hell
Tokyo
yeah.
Han says, if Ole loses, we riot. If Ole wins, we riot. Either way, shit's going down. So,
Like Montreal when they win a sports game. They just burn the city
Yes.
down. No matter what the outcome is, they can lose the hockey game, they can win the hockey game. They're rioting. Either way. It's no reason not to riot.
I'm going to share it on my
Alright.
YouTube community page too, because that will get more eyeballs as well. We got to make sure we pump up those numbers. It's so fucking close.
Okay, this is I
it's
was not
rated
expecting to go on
into-
there and see like a single percentage point separating her from second and a 2
Oh,
percentage
so
points
close.
separating her from 2. That's doable. Absolutely.
Like I'm just running into you. I got to take off. Chico's whining, so I'm gonna go make sure.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Okay. Take care, Lance.
I love you guys. I will see you both very soon. Go vote for Olaimi and
have a great night. I
He
think
just
that's what
he left in the middle of talking. All right, let me go back to the super chats here. Where are we? Oh, Tokyo Hans, Pastor Manning.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Pastor Manning has too much semen on the brain. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Very good, Tokyo Hans. Fred J. Walsh with a $10 super chat. Because I know you like to see money. Cheers. Oh, it was very nice, Fred. I mean, make it sound like I'm some money-hungry monster. Because I know you like to see money. Here's $10. Also, though, is that a coffee cup you're sending my way? You're trying to say something? This is not the episode to be
Sus.
sending me coffee cups.
Yeah.
Mr. Braindead just became a YouTube member. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate that. Tunbosin with a $10 super chat. Canvassed for Zoran last weekend. NYC residents, come out to do your part if you can. Combat these nonsense Cuomo-sexuals. They have no real leg to stand on. Excuse me. Other than Cuomo will fight back against Trump. One of 3 super chats, I'm assuming. Oh, you got... Let me read all of Tumboson's right now. He won't have... He won't. They have the same donors. He fucked this city and state for 10 plus years, and now he's coming down from Westchester to use this city as a stepping stone for 2028. F that shit. His voter base is mainly older folks, a vast majority just going with the flow. Tell them there are other options. Tell your dad and mom, uncles and aunt, even your Uber driver, fuck to Cuomo. Absolutely.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what? When you mentioned that you're canvassing for Zoran, you know what I just thought? Remember over the summer that canvassing event that we did for oh my god, I'm having a mental block. For Jamal Bowman, where like a bunch of influencers went to his district and all their fans came out and we all got together and we canvassed and a lot of people came out to do that with their influence. You should do something like that for Zoran. Influencers should get together. It'll be so much easier in New York City too. People don't gotta drive or take a train out to upstate New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if there's any. I saw Hassan hung out with Zoran, and that's fantastic. That was really. We got a lot of eyes on Zoran. I'm talking about like a thing that like you like that gets everyone involved to go, like something like go canvas for the day, and then at the end there's like a live show with the influencers you canvassed with that you get into for free because you canvassed or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Something. I'm not saying I'm putting it together. I don't know what the first thing to do to put that together in this amount of time, but I'm just throwing ideas out there. If you could get
I think that's a great idea.
ton of people canvassing on over a couple days that are driven out who otherwise maybe wouldn't have canvassed, I think that's a big deal, especially in New York where there's so many people to hit up because everyone's so close together. Like a single canvasser can hit up so many different people in one day.
Mm-hmm. It's a great idea. Okay.
Bayphoto says Zoran has a mass canvassing plan. Oh no, I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying I'm bringing up an idea on how to get people who otherwise might not canvass. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
I actually ran into a Zoran a petition person outside one of the subway stations in Queens. Like, you know how you have to get people to sign the petition just to get on the ballot, and I signed that shit. I'm proud to say that I was able to sign for Zoran to get him on the to help get him on the ballot.
Nice.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. Actually, I gotta say, I usually do that for everybody. If you come to me with the petition just to get someone on the ballot, even if it's someone I know I'm not going to vote for, I still sign the petition because my personal opinion is anyone who wants to run should have the ability to run.
I agree.
Back to the super chats. Aubrey with the super chat. Ton Boson threw me off with his multiple super chats in a row. Leftist Mafia is a great name for the show, but what about Red Menace? Genuinely think we should bring it back and reclaim
I like
it.
that.
Way too close to Red Scare though, and that's not a podcast I want any relation to.
That's true.
Guamo with a super chat. So a couple of hours ago, Trump just threatened Mexico again, demanding we send water for Texas. Guess what he's threatening us with? What, tariffs? What is he threatening you with? What did Trump say? I missed this.
Yeah, I think he maybe drone strikes.
Yeah, tariffs and sanctions, apparently.
I'm posting the Ole.
He claims that
Webby on my YouTube channel.
He's claiming that Mexico steals water from Texas? What?
I mean, it sounds like some dumb shit he would say because nothing is unbelievable when it comes to him.
Tokyo Hans with 2 super chats in a row here. Oh, we read this one. If Ole loses, we riot. If Ole wins, we riot. And then Tokyo Han says, love you all, no Cuomo. And
No Cuomo.
Ryan Lennon fan, the super chat, a member super chat, 21 months. Maoism is the highest stage of scientific socialism, and no amount of Fujimori and CIA lies will change that. It continues with NDFP and CPIM. Over on Twitch.
I have a couple more super chats also.
Oh, go ahead. I don't have anything on Twitch, so go ahead. Oh, you're next.
Okay. This is from Sergio. Didn't Jenk say Pentagon budget would be cut? Yeah, I wonder what he would say about the $1 trillion budget that Trump proposed. Interesting. November says
He did say
just wanted to
something.
brag.
He was
He
out.
did? Oh, okay, I haven't seen what he said.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Let's
At least
be honest.
he's
Like
not.
Jenk is not like doing the thing where like he excuses Trump and like
Right.
he's doing
right.
the thing. He's doing the thing where he takes Trump at his word for saying something. that's like not in line with like what most Republicans say. And then he acts surprised or outraged when Trump does what he always does and just does what Republicans do, which is in direct conflict of what he said he would do. Like, we all know the Trump like thing now. So like, I want to be fair to Cenk. He's doing like a dumb thing with taking Trump at his word, but he's not doing like the evil thing of excusing Trump for, you know, or suddenly changing what he believes to agree with Trump, at least on things like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm glad that he said something about that. I didn't see what he said. I haven't been on Twitter as much this week, but yeah, good for him for calling it out. November says, just wanted to brag. My town in Alabama managed to get 2,000 plus people for the hands off protest on Saturday. That's really impressive. Good for you in Alabama. That's incredible. Love to see that. Tungsten says, what do you use for your thumbnails? They look great. I use a program called Pixelmator. It's like a super generic version of Photoshop. That's what I use. Same format. I've been evolving it for a while now, but yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Chaley says, I'm on disability and Medicaid. How screwed are we with the House passing the budget bill today and 880 billion Medicaid cuts? I'm terrified. Yeah, I saw that. If that actually goes through, 880 billion in cuts over 10 years would literally be devastating for Medicaid. So many people would lose their coverage. I don't know what would happen if that were to actually pass. So we'll have to wait and see. There's a little bit of conflict between the House and the Senate. You have House Republicans being pissed off that they're not cutting enough. So maybe they'll somehow like try to negotiate but fuck themselves over like they did before when they tried to cut Social Security. That's cope probably, but I'm crossing my fingers. That can't happen. If that happens, that is just so disastrous. I can't even describe it. So I don't know. I think you're right to be terrified. Try not to worry right now as hard as it is, because who knows what's going to happen. But I am really genuinely hoping that that does not actually go through. That would be just horrific. Fred says, oh, no, this is for you, actually. One more.
Oh. Fred with a super chat. C money equals cheap attempt to keep puns coming. Oh,
there you go.
I get it. All right, I get it.
Okay, well, that's all of the super chats. That's it.
Wow. It's not like 1 a.m.
It's nice to be done early.
Yeah. Not even early, just like on time.
Yeah.
We usually
true.
run late.
Early for us. Yeah. So let's see. Who do we want to raid? There is.
I like how we did a 3-hour show. We were like, clocking out early.
I know.
Let's see. We got
Actual Jake is on. Do we want to raid him?
Yeah, we could raid Actual Jake. Why not? Let's do it.
We got to bring him on the show at some point. There's so many people that we still need to bring on.
Oh, there's tons. Right.
Yeah.
Let me get this raid started here. I'm going to press the start raid button. All right, everyone. I might not be here. I'm probably not going to be here next weekend. Not next weekend when I say next episode, because next Thursday I have plans already. Also, it's going to be it's Holy Thursday as well, but that's not what my plans are. My plans are different from that. So if I'm not here, I'll see you guys all real soon. Yeah, and I'm gonna press start raid.
All right, take care, everybody. Vote for Ole.
Did you press start? Oh yeah, don't forget to vote
I'm ready.
for Ole, everyone. Are you ready already?
I'm about to now.
All right, hold on. Mine's still going. All right, ready? I'm gonna press it in 3, 2, 1. Bye, everybody.
Take care, friends.